For the first time since 2010, they battle the Toreros of San Diego from the Pioneer Conference. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. Spencer McLaughlin with you all by my lonesome this evening. Should be a fantastic football game. Southern Utah 1-0 to begin the year after an explosive start last week against Idaho State. 46-24, the final score. Bronson Barron threw several touchdowns and did not turn the football over. Southern Utah ran for more yards last week than they have in any game ever in the Delane Fitzgerald era. A lot to be excited about this season with so many expectations for this program. A lot of excitement, a lot of veterans on this team. They got off to a great start last week, but it is a long season, a marathon, not a sprint. Today's pregame show is brought to you by Kabuto Sushi and Ramen Bar. Stop in before or after the game. Either one works for fresh sushi, savory ramen, unbeatable student specials. Got to save a buck wherever you can. Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Kabuto, proud to fuel SUU game day. San Diego on the other side comes into this game for the second straight week playing here at home. They are 0-1 to begin the year and are certainly looking for a big bounce back. The Toreros, who were an 8-3 program last year, 6-2, finished solo second in the Pioneer League. They got off to a poor start last week on the defensive side of the ball. Cal Poly came onto their home field, beat them 41-17, the final score. The Toreros did not have it working defensively. They allowed 469 total yards of offense. And for third-year head coach Brandon Moore, that is simply not the standard that he sets for this Torero football program. They were in their winning ways a year ago, fueled by an outstanding defense that surrendered under 19 points per game and just over 310 yards per game total to its opponents on the year. Southern Utah well aware of what the Toreros bring to the table. I talked with Delane Fitzgerald. You'll hear from him in my interview that we taped earlier this week here on the pregame show. He talked about the defensive prowess that Brandon Moore brings. He talked about toughness, physicality, that they are well coached. They do a lot of things well on that side of the football, and that's where he comes from, of course. A graduate of Oklahoma back in 2001. He was a part of the national championship Oklahoma Sooners team, led by then head coach Bob Stoops and defensive coordinator Brent Venables, who, as I talk right now, is coaching in Norman against the Michigan Wolverines. So he comes from a line of really successful and incredibly strong defensive head coaches, and certainly he's brought that to this Torero program, but you know they're going to have a little bit of extra juice as they seek to have their best defensive outing of the season, building on, or bouncing back, I should say, from what they did a week ago. It is a sunny day here in San Diego, in a city known for its sunshine, its food, the ocean, and Ron Burgundy. We are certainly excited that today it is known for SUU football as well. We will take a break, but first, don't forget that Clark & Linford Jewelers has been a part of downtown Cedar City since the 1970s. This may shock you for those of you watching on YouTube. I wasn't alive back then. I know, complete and total surprise. But their commitment to you remains the same. Quality jewelry, quality pricing, great customer service. Clark & Linford Jewelers in Cedar City. Still your hometown jeweler where SUU gets engaged. We will be right back here on the pregame show. There's still plenty more to get to. Keys to the game, players to watch. It is Southern Utah and San Diego coming your way. Next, you're listening to the SUU Thunderbird Football Radio Network, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SUU Football pregame show after the break.
This is SUU Thunderbird Athletics. Feel the energy. Live on Thunder 91.1. Streaming on KSLSports.com, YouTube, and X. Go Thunderbirds.
Welcome back to the pregame show in the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth. Spencer McLaughlin with you. Southern Utah and San Diego set to kick off at the top of the hour. We'll have you covered all game long here from the Torero Stadium. It is a beautiful day for football, and we are definitely staying as cool as we need to here inside the press box. I'm not a one-man wrecking crew here on this fantastic production. Naki and Regan here in the booth with me as well. Just me on the broadcast, though, for the evening. But for Southern Utah last week, an incredible incredible start to the 4th season of head coach. Those matchups than they ever were to this Southern Utah football team. Now, we've seen just one game, but certainly they did a lot of impressive things in that particular matchup. Southern Utah ran for 323 yards. It's the second time since Coach Fitz arrived in Cedar City that Southern Utah has eclipsed the 300-yard mark running the football. The other time came against Abilene Christian back in 2023. So for Southern Utah, we know they love to run the football, but how about Bronson Barron, the redshirt senior from American Fork, Utah originally? I think we are back up and running here on YouTube now. Bronson Barron last year was potentially going to be the starter. He and Jackson Berry were battling it out, and then after the injury came Jackson Berry's season, who did a really, really good job. But Bronson Barron was excited to return. Delane Fitzgerald is excited to have him back. Says he reminds him quite a bit of another recent great SU quarterback, Justin Miller. He is experienced. These guys are some of the older quarterbacks in all of college football, and you see that experience playing out on the field. And Barron last week was absolutely magnificent. 19 of 25, 240 yards, and 3 touchdowns. When Southern Utah can run the ball as they have for the entirety of Coach Fitz's tenure for co-offensive coordinators Will Brunson and Matt White, you know that the passing game just gets that much more lethal. And the connections with Gabe Nunez and Mark Bales on the outside. Shane Carr had an outstanding first half as well. A lot of things to like about the Southern Utah offense that we saw back in week 1. But Coach Fitz, ever the perfectionist, as most coaches are, still wants to see continued progress and not see any of the lulls that have plagued this team at times over the last couple of years. They led 22-0. All of a sudden, it was a 22-14 ball game, and the offense slowed down a bit, picked it up there at the end of the game. And how about the goal line stand against Idaho State? A huge moment. One of the newcomers for this Southern Utah team, Sebastian Adamski, came up with the goal line stand there on a quarterback run with Southern Utah leading by a couple of possessions. The Bengals were knocking on the door of making things feel really tense back at Eccles Coliseum. Instead, first home game of the year goes down as a win for Southern Utah, 46-24. But now they have to bring it here on the road. It has been a long trip to get to this moment from when we left Cedar City yesterday, and now this team has to get out there on the field. And I can almost guarantee you, I mean, I picked the keys of the game, of course, but I can almost guarantee you that one of the keys of the game will be getting off to a good start for this Southern Utah team. So a lot to be excited about for the Southern Utah team with all the experience that they have. All Conference center Ed Riley had a phenomenal game last week with the rest of the offensive line. We saw Will Burns come in at the quarterback position and run the football. Southern Utah did a lot of things well, but that was at home, and this is on the road, and it always presents a different type of challenge for any football team, and Southern Utah is no different in that regard. I've gone too far into this pregame broadcast without mentioning Josh Dye, who in his first game as a Thunderbird exploded for 180 yards and a couple of touchdowns last week against the Bengals. He had some phenomenal runs, one in which he looked like he was going to be tackled, and he just emerged out of the pack. He did a lot of things well. The staff was excited about him in fall camp. They felt like they knew they had a good one, and he certainly looked that way last week. And hopefully against what is normally a stout San Diego Toreros defense, he's able to get it going once again. We will pause when we come back. Still plenty more to get to on the pregame show as we get you set for kickoff between Southern Utah and San Diego. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football after this break.
Clark & Linford Jewelers has been a staple on Main Street in downtown Cedar City since the 1970s. Cedar has grown a lot since then, but we are still your hometown jeweler. Our commitment to our customers remains the same, to help you find pieces you will love for years to come. Whether you're looking for an engagement ring, wedding band, or fashion piece, we'd love the opportunity to help you find your piece. Find us at 83 North Main Street in Cedar City and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Clark & Linford Jewelers, still your hometown jeweler, where SUU gets engaged.
Welcome back to the SU football pregame show. Southern Utah and San Diego set to kick off at the top of the hour. Earlier this week in an audio-only format, I caught up with Southern Utah head football coach Delane Fitzgerald, talked about last week, talked about this matchup with the Toreros as well. Here's what that sounded like. Joined by Southern Utah head football coach Delane Fitzgerald. Heading into game 2, we go to San Diego to face the Toreros on a beautiful campus a long way from Cedar City. Coach, I want to start with the road trip that we're taking here. Well over 7 hours on the bus for the team this week. What's the key to getting your guys ready to go come game time?
Yeah, we've got to have some mental toughness today, and we've had some mental toughness with this trip. And Spencer, we have some mature kids, so we don't have very many players with us this weekend that it's their first road trip. But I'm in agreement with you. This is a tough one.
You talk a lot about getting off the hot starts, and last year that was a problem a couple of times. Last week against Idaho State, 22-0 out of the gate, scoring on the first few possessions that you guys had the ball. What did you like about the first quarter your team played last week?
I thought we were as smooth and executed probably better than we have in the first quarter of a game in a long time.
Josh Dye at running back exploded in his first game as a Thunderbird, had a big game, well over 100 yards, a couple of touchdowns as well. What did you like about what you saw from him as the number 1 running back?
Yeah, we knew we had something special in Josh back a few months ago, and he burst onto the scene with everybody else on Saturday night. If Josh is able to stay healthy, Josh is going to do some good things for us this fall.
Running back, of course, needs a good offensive line in front of him. There was some shuffling in the offseason on that particular unit. Couple of returning faces, couple of new ones as well. How'd you feel like they did in game 1?
I thought our offensive line played as hard or harder than they have the entire time our staff's been here, which is 4 seasons. That they felt a little bit disrespected in the offseason, and everybody kept talking about, we lacked talent at tackle and we lacked experience at tackle, and we did lack some experience. But now they've got a game under their belt, and they've proved that they're capable of playing at a high level.
You like the tight ends going into that game. What did you feel like those guys gave you up front?
Yeah, the Hayden brothers, but Hayden Erickson and Hayden George played really, really hard, and we know that Hayden Erickson is a hammer, and he's an extension of our tackle position. Spencer might be the best tackle on our football team, but just blocked really well last week, and then Hayden George playing that wing position did a really nice job also.
Bronson Barron said he was excited to be back on the field playing with his guys. Looked like he settled right into a rhythm. Talk about what you saw from your quarterback.
I saw a mature quarterback that has started a lot of games, who was really, really sharp in his first game of the season. Bronson made good decisions and placed the ball well. And Spencer, if he improves upon that, we're going to score even more points going forward.
How do you feel like he can take that next step forward here against a Toreros team that is known for their defense?
Yeah, all of us, you and me included, we're capable of improvement. And let's hope that his game 1 to game 2 improvement is as good as I think it is.
And the secondary last week was going to get up against a tough challenge in Idaho State team that can really throw the ball. A lot of big-bodied receivers. How did you feel like they performed, and what do you want to see from them this week?
I thought we were above average at the DB position, but I thought it was a good start and we're rotating 7 guys in at that DB position. I thought it was a good start for young men that were playing together for the first time. I expect them to get better and be a little more cohesive going forward. I expect the communication and the defensive backfield to improve from week 1 to week 2.
Let's talk about this week's team. San Diego Toreros lost last week to the Mustangs of Cal Poly, but last year we're 8-3, 6-2 in the Pioneer League. What do you see from Coach Young's team?
Yeah, Coach Moore.
But
Brandon's a defensive specialist and understands defense really, really well. I expect their defense to be better this week than it was last week, but I expect both them and us to be a better football team this Saturday than we were last Saturday.
They've got a quarterback who can certainly make some plays. What do you guys have to do defensively to slow him down?
We're not going to stop him completely. We got to contain him. He's a winner, and he's won in the past and made plays. He'll make a couple plays today. We just have to play the next play.
Coach, what's the biggest key to getting a victory against the Toreros on the road?
We have to score one more point than they scored today.
Southern Utah head coach Delane Fitzgerald, thank you for the time, Coach.
Thank you for having me. Go Thunderbirds.
And the biggest key to every game for Delane Fitzgerald, the same every single week. Doesn't always matter how it looks, but score at least one more point than your opponent over the next 3 hours. And earlier today at the hotel, during the team meal, before we all had a chance to come over here to the stadium, Cody Stone, some Thunderbird fans might remember that name, former SU quarterback who's a head coach down here at the high school level in the Southern California area. He spoke to the team and about what Cedar City can mean to you because of what it means to him to this day and the opportunity that is in front of them. And Delane Fitzgerald talked about the opportunity to go out and play. And he has spoken consistently to his teams over the years about the opportunity to go out, and you have 12 games. You have 12 days to go out and play football, to go out and make the most of it. And that is exactly what Southern Utah will look to do here tonight against an opponent who they haven't played in 15 years, but they are 2-0 against all time. Of course, neither of these head coaches was in their current role the last time that these teams met. We'll see how their first matchup, for two guys who have known each other for a long time in the football and coaching world, how it all goes here tonight. We will step aside. More Southern Utah football pregame show when we get back, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football after this break. We've got keys to the game and much more as we take you up to kickoff.
Bullock strives to be the very best in serving you in Cedar City, offering fashion, decor, and kids items, as well as a fun old-fashioned soda fountain and pharmacy. We are a place where you can come enjoy unique shopping, a fun atmosphere, and quality service from all of our 4 stores on Main Street. Bring the family, grab a treat, and find that perfect gift. Enjoy your shopping experience with us. Bullock's, 91 North Main in historic downtown Cedar City.
National anthem concluded here in San Diego. Let's get to our keys to the game, brought to you by Thunder 91.1, the SUU radio station. Well, number one for Southern Utah is, of course, scoring more points than their opponent. That is the biggest key to every game, as Delane Fitzgerald always tells me in our chats. But today it's about getting off to a strong start. Last year, Southern Utah was a fringe playoff team at the FCS level, had wins over playoff programs such as Eastern Kentucky. You look back at what might have held them out after a 6-2 conference record from getting there. A game like the Idaho State matchup a year ago might have been the difference. Southern Utah ended the year 7-5. If they win that, they're 8-4. Maybe they get in. But that also had a long bus trip, like the one we took to get here to San Diego yesterday. And they came out and did not play the football they needed to, particularly in the first half. So starting strong, always a big key for Delane Fitzgerald's team, but perhaps no more so is that true than today, not just being on the road, but a long, long trip that this team has endured. You have to be able to get off to a strong start and put the opponent on their heels to begin the game. And another key that Delane Fitzgerald mentioned to me is playing hard. How do you quantify that? I don't think it's something you can in the box score anyway. Luckily, I will be your eyes today, and we'll assess that as the game goes on. But certainly that for a team that values physicality as much as Delane Fitzgerald's teams always do is a big key. And number 3, running the football. Such an integral part of this Southern Utah offense, such an identity for Delane Fitzgerald, a former fullback at James Madison, a guy who loves to run the rock. And when Southern Utah can do that, it makes their passing game significantly more effective. The play action shots that Will Brunson and Matt White were able to dial up last week were exceptional. And when you have that dangerous running threat headlined by Josh Dye in the backfield, you certainly have a really dangerous and balanced offensive repertoire. Last week, Southern Utah ran for 323 yards, threw for 240. Coach Fitz has told me before that he wants to be 50-50 and somewhat balanced. I bet deep down he knows that's really what he wants it to be, is have those explosive running plays, allow that to be a part of what they do offensively so that they can go and take those play action shots and keep a defense on their heels. You give a quarterback as experienced and talented as Bronson Barron, a guy with FCS playoffs all over his career resume. He had a brief stop up at Western Kentucky at the FBS ranks. That's a guy who's going to be able to do a lot of really great things for your offense if you give him a strong run game. We saw that last week. He was absolutely sensational. So get off to a strong start, play hard for 4 quarters, and run the football. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Thunder 91.1, the SUU radio station. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll get players to watch. We will take you up to kickoff as well. More coming right here on the broadcast today. You're listening to SUU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SUU football after this 2-minute break.
Chrysalis is looking for people who want to make a difference by joining their team of direct support professionals. Team members provide supported living services and become mentors, coaches, and friends. Make lasting memories, participate in fun activities, and help individuals reach their goals and become more independent. Chrysalis offers competitive pay and flexible schedules. More information and the online application are available at chrysalis.care. That's chrysalis.care.
Hermes Drive-In has served Cedar City and our visitors for more than 45 years. With a diverse menu and affordable prices, Hermes hopes you'll come back again and again for their burgers, Navajo tacos, fries, house-made fry sauce, and more. Located just north of the City Park on Main Street, Hermes also offers shakes, soft drinks, and a weekly special. All roads lead to Hermes Drive-In, a proud sponsor of our local youth activities and athletes.
This is Adam from Levitt Group Insurance. Thank you, SUU, for allowing us to be a part of this great community. We are honored to be your exclusive insurance sponsors and wish all our athletes the best this year. Levitt Group Insurance, proudly representing Auto Owners Insurance, will provide you with great rates for all your insurance needs. For more information or to get a quote, please visit us at levitt.com/SUU. From all of us at Levitt Group Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance, thanks for the opportunity to serve you.
Since 1956, Les Olson IT has been behind the scenes, powering the people and businesses that make Utah thrive. 10 years ago, we expanded into IT and became Utah's trusted managed service provider, rooted in reliability, powered by innovation. Les Olson IT, celebrating 10 years of keeping Utah connected. Les Olson IT, providing solutions that empower your business.
Les Olson IT.
Welcome back to San Diego. Spencer McLaughlin with you here on the SUU Thunderbird Football pregame show. Let's get to our players to watch. We'll start with Southern Utah. We'll get to San Diego as well, so we know who to watch out for the Toreros in this game. But we start with Josh Dye, who made a remarkable entrance last week in front of the home fans at Eccles Coliseum. What a great crowd. What a great scene that was. But when you're replacing a guy that just set the SUU single-season rushing record in Targi Lamson, who went for over 1,900 yards in 2024, breaking a record set by Zed Robinson that had been there since 1991. It certainly leaves you with a lot of big shoes to fill, and Josh Dye, through one game, certainly did that. Thunderbirds taking the field here in San Diego, and there are more than a few that have made the trip, including David Torres and the SUU marching band are all the way here in San Diego. You certainly love to see the support for the T-Birds here on the road. But Josh Dye, 180 yards on 28 carries and 2 touchdowns last week. Can he be that bell cow, that workhorse again against a San Diego defense that last week did not have a lot of success defending the pass, but was okay defending the run? They gave up just 134 rushing yards to Cal Poly in what was a 41-17 loss. Southern Utah certainly wants to have more balance against the Toreros defense than the Mustangs did a week ago. That's the way they operate offensively. That's a guy to watch for Southern Utah. And then Shane Carr was quiet in the second half, but 6 catches for 77 yards. He and Bronson Barron had a really good chemistry working in that first half. Idaho State made some adjustments. That allowed other guys like Gabe Nunez and Mark Bales to step up throughout. Devin Downing had a 29-yard reception as well. But for Southern Utah, Shane Carr was all over the field, virtually unguardable for the first 30 minutes of football last week against the Bengals. So if those guys can step up, certainly you have to feel good about where Southern Utah's offense would be. And defensively, a newcomer last week in the secondary, Lincoln Tuioti Mariner. The coaching staff, was really excited about what he was bringing to the table in the secondary. Showed that last week. 2 pass breakups against a potent Idaho State passing attack in his Southern Utah debut. We'll see what he does against this San Diego Toreros offense, led by quarterback Dom Nankill, a junior that has waited his turn to be the starter and who Delane Fitzgerald says is pretty clearly the best player on their football team. 6 foot, 175-pound junior from Chula Vista, California, went to Mater Dei High School, a powerhouse of high school football, not just in the state of California, but in all of the country. Last week in the loss to Cal Poly, he was 19 of 30, 202 yards and a touchdown. Also carried the ball 14 times for 57 yards with a long run of 19. He hit shifty. He can use his legs not just to extend plays, but to run the ball. That's a guy that Southern Utah's defense has to be well aware of. And Josh Heverly, their leading returning receiver from a year ago, 8 catches for 69 yards to lead the way for the Toreros offense a week ago. He had over 400 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns last year. A lot of turnover for the San Diego receiving room that lost Jasim Reed, who was their top receiver a year ago and the Pioneer League Offensive Player of the Year. Those are 2 guys that in the passing attack are going to be a dangerous combination for this Southern Utah secondary that looks very different than it did a season ago, but got off to a good start last week against Idaho State. They did allow 338 passing yards, but had the interception, held the Bengals to 24 points. 7 of those came on a fumble by the offense that was scooped and scored. So you hold Idaho State to 17 points last week. You feel pretty good about that. You do that here against the Toreros and hope your offense can get you to the point where you've got enough points to win the game. And defensively, Nate Fisher's a guy to watch. Number 1, the linebacker, a sophomore from Sammamish, Washington, had a pass breakup to go with his team-leading 12 tackles last week. And anytime you want to take away a good rushing attack like the one that Southern Utah brings to the table, you have got to have a good linebacker that is roaming around and making plays every single chance that he gets. And so those are the players to watch for San Diego. Dom Nankill, the quarterback, Josh Heverly, the wide receiver, Nate Fisher, the linebacker, all guys to keep an eye on. We are getting set for kickoff here. That was scheduled for about 30 seconds from now. We might actually run on time, folks. And you know what? I would be absolutely here for it because typically that doesn't happen. Not just, well, football's really the only one that runs super late all the time. But such an exciting and such a beautiful day. You can feel the ocean breeze sifting across the field here on San Diego's campus, which is truly a gorgeous place to be. And Southern Utah will have the football first. Braden Whistler and Rand Sawyer are back deep to receive the kickoff for SUU. And Salazar, the kickoff specialist, is getting set to boot it away for the Toreros, who are in the navy blue outfits with baby blue lettering on the helmets, baby blue numbers as well, with a baby blue stripe down the pants with a white stripe in the middle. Southern Utah is in black helmets, white jerseys, black numbers trimmed in red, and black pants. Southern Utah and San Diego have not met since 2010. Thunderbirds looking for a 2-0 start to the year. Toreros looking for their first win of the season. Salazar runs up and with his right foot from my left at the 35, boots it end over end. Whistler fields it at the goal line, far side, brings it out to the 10 at the numbers 15. He gets out to around the 20-yard line where he is hidden in a swarm of white and blue. So about a 20-yard return for Braden Whistler. That's his first return of 2025, and that is where the offense will take over. Tonight's first quarter report is presented by Safari Hospitality, your home for the best hotel stays in Cedar City, whether it's the Courtyard Marriott, Hampton Inn, Spring Hill Suites, or Holiday Inn Express. Safari Hospitality properties offer comfort, convenience, and a warm welcome just minutes from campus. Stay local with Safari Hospitality. Southern Utah ball on the far hash, 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Barron in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Whistler's the running back off his left hip. He gets the carry and he's wrapped up in the backfield immediately. Scrams to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he does. No gain on the play. Maybe a half yard. 2nd down and 10. Trey Moore came in to help make the stop for San Diego with that man I mentioned in the pregame show, Nate Fisher. 2nd and 10 for Southern Utah at their own 21. 1 receiver to the right, 3 bunched in tight to the left. Nunez flexes out in the motion. Shotgun snap to Barron. Looks middle, looks right. Pass caught on the numbers, far side. Anson Kraut down immediately to the 28-yard line. A pickup of 7 yards brings us our first 3rd down of the game. But Bronson Barron's first pass completed to the far side of the field. The first catch of the year for Anson Kraut, redshirt sophomore from Beaumont, California. Minute gone by, first quarter, no score. Southern Utah with a 3rd down and call it 3 at their own 27-yard line, maybe the 28. And Barron looking to convert. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right in the shotgun, right foot in front of his left, motions in Nunez, helmet high snap, back to throw, throws far side, Nunez the catch, turns upfield at the 30, close to the line to gain, depends on the spot. He's slung down to the turf, and it looks like he has got enough. We'll see where the ball actually gets spotted, and they are moving the chains, so Southern Utah able to move the sticks. And Ruben Lopez in on the stop there for the Toreros, but Southern Utah moves the chains. 13:20 to go, first quarter, no score. Southern Utah with a 1st down on its opening possession, 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Shotgun snap back to Barron, 2 receivers each side. Looks left, checks it down. Whistler out of the backfield, and he's twirled down into his own sideline after a nice pickup on 1st down out to the 37-yard line. So a gain of 6 on 1st makes it 2nd down and 4. David Luck, who had 7 tackles last week, junior from Chicago, Illinois, makes the stop for the Toreros. Southern Utah huddling on each play, but not taking too much time. 2nd and 3 at their own 37-yard line. Barron in the gun, motions a tight end across the formation, hands it off to Whistler between the tackles. He lowers his head, tunnels forward to the 40. He's close to the line to gain, might be a half yard short. Needed the 41.5-yard line. He gets to the 41-yard line. And so 3rd down and short. Josh Dye checks into the game for the first time at tailback for the Thunderbirds. Another 3rd down. Southern Utah last year was really good on 3rd down offensively, 49% conversion, and they won the money down last week against Idaho State as well. 3rd and half a yard at their own 40.5-yard line. Shotgun snap to Barron. Dye goes left. He stumbles across the 45, 1st down. Boy, he was 1 balanced motion away from breaking it for a touchdown, but Josh Dye moves the sticks going behind the left side of that offensive line. Cy Candielli and Loy Mata Mauga. 11:50 to go in the first quarter. No score. Southern Utah moving the ball on their first drive. They started at their own 21. They are out to their own 47-yard line, going right to left in the black helmets with black pants, white jerseys, black numbers trimmed and red. 1st and 10 at their own 47. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 tight end to either side of the formation. Barron, shotgun snap, play action, pressure comes, turns and cuts it upfield. He slides and takes a little bit of a hit. Don't see a flag there. Certainly could have been. Nate Fisher pulled up at the last moment, and Bronson Barron got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, makes it 2nd down and 10. Barron rolled out to the right, but his right tackle, Sione Ty, had been backed up on the sprint out, and so he didn't have anywhere to go. 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. No gain, 2nd down and 10. Southern Utah just inside their left hash mark at their own 47-yard line, going right to left. 2 receivers wide to the right, 2 tight ends left of the formation. Barron in the gun. Tight end shuffles in motion. Broken play. Barron has to take off, and he scurries forward. Does well to get to the 49-yard line. Gain of 2. Miscommunication in the backfield there. Looked like Barron wanted to hand the ball off, and Josh Dye, the running back, just ran right by him without taking it. So 3rd down and 8. This is the longest conversion on 3rd down Southern Utah would have made so far if they are able to pick it up. 2 of 2 so far, but both of those 3rd downs were 3 yards or less. Southern Utah needs 8 at their own 49-yard line. Dye flexes out of the backfield, top right of the formation. And a whistle blows the play dead. Not sure. Looks like someone called a timeout. San Diego takes a timeout with a 3rd down and 8, 10-11 to go here in this first quarter. Already half of it has been churned off the clock by Southern Utah. If you're hungry for a deal, make sure you head to Cafe Sabor in Cedar City. Grab their Thursday special, a smothered burrito. I'm a huge smothered burrito guy. Huge smothered burrito with a drink for just $8. Daily deals all week long. Delicious food and friendly service. Cafe Sabor, located right here in Cedar City. Stop by today. You know, it didn't actually say huge smothered burrito, but if it's not huge enough for you, just order 2. It's a really easy solution to my tomfoolery here. No score here in the first quarter, 10-11 to go. Southern Utah getting set for a 3rd down and 8. And against the San Diego defense that is very prideful and coming off a week in the season opener against Cal Poly in which they were really knocked around, surrendering 41 points here on their home field. And boy, up here in the broadcast booth, there is a really good contingent of Thunderbird fans underneath me in the bleachers. A great thing to see. Plenty of friends, family, and fans who have made the trip out here to beautiful, sunny San Diego. It is a perfect evening for football. The shades starting to cascade across the field from the Southern Utah sideline and out. There is not a cloud in sight for miles in any direction. Nice little breeze coming off the ocean, keeping everybody cool. It is a lovely, lovely day to be playing some football. And Bronson Barron so far is 3 of 3 passing the football, but has not had a big completion just yet. 16 yards total with a long of 6. That was the 6-yard toss to Josh Dye earlier, or to Braden Whistler rather, coming out of the backfield from the running back position. And Delane Fitzgerald at the moment having a conversation with the official here on the near side, and now his team breaks the huddle and we get set to go. 10-11 to go, first quarter, no score. Southern Utah's opening drive has already taken 4 minutes and 49 seconds off of the clock. Barron alone in the shotgun. Kraut, the lone receiver, to his left. That's the boundary side. 3 bunch to the right, including the tight end Hayden Erickson. And Josh Dye, the running back, is split all the way out wide to the right. Barron on 3rd down and 8, right foot in front of his left. Takes a shotgun snap back at his own 43. Clean pocket, steps up, zips over the middle, tipped, almost intercepted. It's incomplete. Nate Fisher had a pass breakup a week ago, and Barron was looking for Shane Carr further down the field and just didn't layer it over the linebacker as much as he needed to. And so it will be a punt for Elias Vigil, who had a long of 46 in 3 boots last week. Taking the snap from preseason All-UAC selection, Gavin Lipkin. So Southern Utah takes up a bunch of clock, but ultimately not able to put any points on the board. They get just shy of midfield. Vigil waits back at his own 33-yard line, walks up, right-footed boot, wobbly spiral, and it is fielded back at the 15, 20, 25, up the middle of the field and down just short of the 30-yard line. That is Yosei Takahashi. His first return of the year gives San Diego some solid field position here for their first offensive drive of the ball game. So we get our first look at John Kelling's defense that allowed just 17 points a week ago to a high-octane Idaho State passing attack. They surrendered 338 yards through the air, but the big goal line stand, led by big 52 at the linebacker spot, Sebastian Adamski, the highlight moment. And out for the first time tonight, Dom Nankill, the junior from Chula Vista, California, and Mater Dei High School. leads this San Diego offense. Matt Colombo, the running back, off his left hip. 1st and 10 at his own 28-yard line, going left to right. 2 receivers to the wide side of the formation. He hands off to Colombo, runs right, goes around the right tackle, and he's stood up by a couple of white jerseys. Lincoln Tuioti Mariner, who I highlighted in the pregame show, comes up from the secondary to make the stop. No real gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Delane Fitzgerald was very happy with the toughness that his team showed last week and the physicality that they played with, but certainly wants to see more of a pass rush. They did not register a sack last week against an Idaho State team that puts it up a lot. 2nd down and 10 for San Diego at their own 28-yard line. Mankill in the shotgun, chest high snap. The righty looks right, throws, incomplete. And there's Mason Stromstad in coverage all over Peyton Smith, the senior tight end. Throw was high and wide to the right. Would have been incomplete had it been on the money anyway. Stromstad in a good position. That makes it a 3rd down and 10 for San Diego. No score. 9:15 to go here in the first quarter. Southern Utah and San Diego meeting for the first time since 2010 on the gridiron. Couple of substitutions each way. Josh Dunn among those that enter into the game for Southern Utah, and 4th-year defensive coordinator John Kelly. 2 receivers stacked each way for Nankill in the gun on 3rd down and 10 at his own 28. Colombo is the running back, claps his hand, hip high snap, 5-man rush, pressure comes, flushed out to his right, has room to run. He's at the 25-30, 35 to the 40, scoots out of bounds. He has a 1st down. A scramble by Dom Nankill on 3rd and 10. He picks up 12 and moves the sticks for the first down of the game for the Toreros. 8:58 to go and counting in this first quarter. No score. San Diego possessing the ball for the first time. And there you see the mobility from Nankill, who had 57 yards rushing last week in his first career start as a Torero quarterback. Guy who's been in the system for the last couple of years, has waited his turn, has it now. 2 receivers to the left, 1st and 10. The San Diego 40-yard line. Handoff Colombo up the middle, looks for a seam, but he's chopped down at the knee by big 99 Joe Tungamoa after a gain of 2 yards. Makes it 2nd down and 8. Tungamoa, the redshirt senior from Mountain View, California, playing back in his home state, just at a completely different end of it, of course. Had 8 tackles a year ago and 11 games played for Southern Utah. Has been a stalwart of that defensive line. 2nd down and 8 for San Diego at their own 42, going left to right. Tight end Smith motions to the right side of the formation. Shotgun snap, Nankill rifles over the middle. There is Smith on the catch. Stromstad wraps him up, struggling to get him to the turf. He eventually does with some help from his friends. Jack D'Ambra, the offensive lineman, came to push his tight end forward. Jacoby Spence in on the stop as well for Southern Utah at the bottom of the mini scrum. Short of the line to gain, makes this a 3rd down and 2 for San Diego at their own 40, they call it 3rd and 3 at their own 47-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Motion man to the far side of the formation, makes it trips that way. Movement, penalty flags fly. We'll see if Southern Utah jumped or if they were drawn off. Looks like Henry Harper came into the neutral zone. This might give San Diego a free 1st down. And that is indeed the call. Harper checks out of the game. A free 1st for the Toreros, puts the ball on the other side of midfield to the 48-yard line of Southern Utah. No score first quarter, 7:27 to go. San Diego and Southern Utah deadlocked in a 0-0 tie, but still a lot of football to be played. And the Toreros on the march in their opening drive of the ball game, going left to right in those navy blue jerseys with the baby blue numbers. Ball is on the right hash. 2 receivers to the left. Colombo, the running back. Nankill, the shotgun snap. Give to Colombo up the middle. Finds a crease, but he's wrapped up around the waist and taken down. He gets to the 43-yard line of Southern Utah. So a good gain on 1st down of about 5 yards there for the Toreros. 2nd down and 5. Matt Colombo, one-time USC Trojan, had 18 carries for 52 yards last week. Was the leading rusher that wasn't a quarterback. Nankill had 57 yards on the ground for this Toreros offense, and offensive coordinator Nick Fulton. 2nd down and 5 for San Diego at the Southern Utah 43. 2 receivers left, and one to the right. Colombo again, the running back. He again gets the carry up the middle. Southern Utah, a white swarm in the backfield. Drop him for a loss of 2. 3rd down and 7 upcoming. Lando Brown and Mason Stromstad broke through. And big 99, Joe Tongamoa again holding down the fort for that Southern Utah defensive front. And a 3rd down and 7 situation for San Diego. Just over 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score. Toreros marching on their opening drive. San Diego has substituted. Southern Utah gets a chance to do the same. Ball's in the middle of the field. San Diego 3rd down and 7. Might be 4-down territory at the SUU 45. 2 receivers split each way. Nankeel, hip high shotgun snap. Looks left, chucks it deep. Down the sideline. Man out there, overthrown, incomplete. Mikey Allen stride for stride with Josh Heverly, the Toreros' leading receiver. And it looks like the punting unit is coming on for San Diego. And a great stop there for John Kelling's defense. Delane Fitzgerald waving his arms, giving the safe indication like an umpire in baseball. Watching for a potential fake in this spot. Gabe Nunez is back inside his own 10-yard line down to my right. Aiden Corrales is the punter. Carter Shupper the long snapper, sophomore from La Canada, California. Corrales has the snap back at his 40, gets away a wobbly jackknifing spiral. Nunez, left-handed fair catch, drifts up and makes it at his own 12-yard line. And that is where Southern Utah will take over. 5:36 to go in the first quarter. Southern Utah and San Diego both empty on their first possessions. Thunderbirds offense is on the field when we come back. You're listening to SU Thunderbird football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football after the break.
Kabuto's, St. George's #1 sushi and ramen bar. Student specials available Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure and give them a follow on social media at Kabuto Utah for weekly giveaways and local events.
No score in the first quarter. Thunderbird fans, if you want a great cut, where else would you go but Great Clips to get it at a great price? It's right there in the name. At any SU game, keep an eye out for ways to score a cut for just $10.99. Great Clips has locations all across Utah. Great Clips, it's gonna be great. 5:36 to go in the first quarter. Southern Utah and San Diego scoreless here in a Sunshine City. Spencer McLaughlin with you here on the SU Football Radio Network. Thunderbirds take over after the punt. Bronson Barron and the offense back onto the field. Nunez makes the fair catch at what they determined to be the 14-yard line. Pretty generous spot. Southern Utah 1st and 10. One receiver right. That's Bales. 2 to the left. Nunez in the slot. Josh Dye, the running back, off the left hip of Bronson Barron, who claps his hands. Helmet high snap. Hands it off to Dye. Runs right, and he is engulfed. Blue jerseys meet him as he looked to turn upfield. Brian Coburn, the graduate student from Salem, Oregon, not that far from my neck of the woods, makes the stop. Southern Utah, you don't see that often, stuffed for a run on first down. They say no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down and 10. Running the ball, one of the keys to the game for Southern Utah, just 11 yards rushing so far in this first quarter here on possession number 2. Ball on the far hash going right to left. Southern Utah 2nd down and 10 at their own 14. 3 receivers bunched to the left side of the formation. Nunez flares out. Barron the snap. He rolls left. He has Nunez in the flat. Chest high, makes the catch out to the 20. Stiff arm Sena Ortega as he pushes him out of bounds, short of the line to gain, but a good gain on 2nd down to the 22-yard line. Pickup of 8 yards to the man they call Steady Eddie. Gabe Nunez out at wide receiver. And a 3rd down and 2 for Southern Utah at their own 22. No score here in the first quarter. 4:30 to play. Two receivers right. Two tight ends to the right side of the formation. Josh Dye, the running back for Bronson Barron, in the gun. Takes the snap, gives to Dye, hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Southern Utah will have to punt. Ruben Lopez and Nate Fisher broke right through, and there was no chance for the UTEP transfer at running back to get the first down yardage there. And Southern Utah will punt for the second straight drive to begin the game. Almost looked like co-defensive coordinators Mike McGlinchey and Isaac Carter just told their defense to sell out for the run there, and indeed they did. So Elias Vigil is on to punt. His first one traveled 36 yards. He stands back with his heels on his own 3-yard line at the near hash. He takes the snap, runs to the right, waits, gets away an end-over-end kick that lands at the 48 of Southern Utah, takes a Thunderbird bounce forward, cascading across the 40 of San Diego, all the way down to the 35-yard line. So a much better punt there for Elias Vigil. He puts the Toreros at their own 35, smack dab in the middle of the field. 43-yard boot there from Vigil, and Southern Utah's defense will be on the field when we come back. 3:32 to go in the first quarter. No score. Southern Utah in San Diego from beautiful sunny San Diego. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football after this break.
When you're ready to sell your home, doesn't it make sense to hire a seasoned professional? I'm Jennifer Davis from ERA Realty Center. With my 25 years of experience, I can see around the corner for problems or opportunities that a less experienced agent may miss. And my extensive list of buyers will mean a shorter time on the market and more dollars for you at closing. For a free consultation, call me at 586-9775 or go to buyincedar.com. I'm Jennifer Davis. Put my experience to work for you.
Just like your favorite team brings the action, Pioneer Floor Coverings brings it home. With winning floors for every style and budget, we've got the game changers. Carpet for comfort, LVP for durability, hardwood for that all-star look. Locally owned and trusted across Southern Utah, Pioneer Floor Coverings delivers championship service at unbeatable prices. Swing by our showrooms in Cedar City or St. George, or score big now at pioneerfloor.com. Pioneer Floor Coverings, bring home the win!
Thunderbirds have punted for the second straight offensive possession. No score here as we move towards the latter part of the first quarter. Pizza Hut proud to support SUU athletics as they have for a long time. I look forward to getting a slice every time I go to a home football game. It is always there and always gets the job done. Keep an eye out for Pizza Hut's delicious deals right here in Cedar City. Make sure you grab your favorite pizza, wings, and breadsticks for game day. Pizza Hut. Nobody out-pizzas the Hut. 3:32 to go in the first quarter. Spencer McLaughlin with you. Southern Utah with a punt from Elias Vigil of 43 yards gives the San Diego Toreros the ball back for their second possession. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, going left to right. Ball smack dab in the middle of the field for quarterback Dom Nankill, who is in the gun. He motions the tight end Smith to the left end of the formation. There are two receivers out there as well. Handoff to Colombo. He gets through an arm tackle at his ankles, but is wrapped up around the knees by Henry Harper. He picks up a few, maybe 3 yards on first down to make it 2nd down and 7. So far, not a lot of big offensive plays in this game. Southern Utah started red hot last week against Idaho State, scoring on 3 of their first 4 possessions to build a 22-0 lead. But so far on the road, starting hot was one of our keys to the game. In this one, they have not been able to sustain a drive that's even gone beyond midfield. Defense out there for the second time. 2nd down and 7 for the Toreros at their own 38-yard line. Quarterback Dom Nankill is in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. He hands to Colombo running left. He cuts it up, has a little lane, and he is swamped down by Josh Dunn. Looked like he was being held on to for dear life by Parker Andrus there for a moment. And he is just short of the line to gain after a pickup of 6 yards. 3rd down and 1. San Diego playing with tempo. 3rd and 1 rather at their own 44-yard line. They hand off Colombo up the middle. He cyclones through the right side that collapsed down from the O-line. Got a great block from Evans Bowling, the right tackle, and he moves the sticks after a gain of just 3 yards. 2:15 to go in the first quarter. San Diego and Southern Utah scoreless here in their first football matchup in 15 years. And the Toreros moving once again at their own 47. Ball on the far hash going left to right. 2 receivers right, 1 left for Nankill, the quarterback. And that is Heverly out there to the boundary, their leading receiver this year. Nankill in the gun, claps his hands, chest high snap, hand to Colombo, up the middle, lowers the shoulder. Dunn wraps him up as his shoulder pads fell to about waist high. And he got him down to the turf after a gain of a few yards there on first down. And they get him all the way out to, he fell forward to the Southern Utah 48, so 5 yards on first down. Makes it 2nd down and 5 for this San Diego offense that last week had just 367 total yards, 17 points in the 41-17 loss to Cal Poly. Brandon Moore in his 3rd year at the helm, looking for a bounce-back performance on their home field. Shadows starting to affect Nankill. He's in the gun. There's a false start on the left tackle. Oscar Weigel flinched before the snap came. He's trying to argue that he was drawn off sides. And this is a point of emphasis from the officiating crew this year. Disconcerting signals from a defensive player. Only things that a D lineman can say are move and shift, I believe is the other one. But they do call a false start here against San Diego. But move and stunt are words reserved for the defense, but you can't clap or anything like that. Southern Utah avoided one of those situations here. So the Toreros backed themselves up 5 yards to make it 2nd and 10. Minute 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. No score. San Diego 2nd and 10 back on their own side of the 50 at the 47-yard line. Southern Utah's defense looking for a 2nd straight stop. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. That is the wide side for Nankill, who again motions the tight end Smith across the formation. Play action, tunnel square on the far side. Heverly sheds a tackle, gets to the 45, far sideline to the 41. Pushed out of bounds. Might have stepped out a little bit sooner. Whether or not he made the line to gain depends on the spot. They do say he got there. So a 10-yard pickup on the screen pass there to Josh Heverly, who had 8 catches for 69 yards last week. The graduate student from Pleasanton, California, moves the chains for San Diego. 40 seconds and winding to go here in the first quarter. 1st down and 10. San Diego is at the Southern Utah 43-yard line, looking to put the first points of the game on the board. We'll see if this is the final play of the first quarter. There goes Smith motioning to the left end of the offensive line. 2 receivers to the right. Nankill the snap. The handoff around the left edge. And a pile drive backwards there from Sebastian Adamski. Fired up, pounding his chest after he makes the play. It was Adam Kreider, who had just 1 carry all last week. That was a 79-yard touchdown. This one gains a yard to make it 2nd down and 9. And that is the final play of the first quarter. Defense is reigning supreme so far here in San Diego as the shadows continue to trickle across the field from the San Diego Toreros campus. We'll have quarter number 2. It's Toreros football and the Southern Utah defense on the field when we come back. You're listening to SU Thunderbird football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football after this break.
With food that's made from scratch and fresh to order, Hermes Drive-In has options that every member of your family will enjoy. From your favorite burgers and fries to sandwiches, drinks, shakes, and more. Hermes is centrally located and easy to find at 294 North Main Street, just north of the City Park. Serving you and our community for more than 45 years, Hermes Drive-In is a proud sponsor of our students and athletes.
You want a job that makes a difference in the world. So join the Chrysalis team. Chrysalis is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we have flexible schedules for everyone. College student? No problem. Extra job? You got it. But what if you're looking for a career path? Absolutely. Chrysalis has mornings, days, and grave shifts available. Get paid to have fun, go to movies, share your talents, and make a difference. At Chrysalis, you are a mentor, a teacher, and a friend. Apply online at chrysalis.care.
I probably enjoy Laundry Day more than most. If you don't, Main Street Washateria is Laundry Day made easy. Preferred laundromat of SU Athletics. Clean, relaxing, free Wi-Fi so you can get work done while your clothes get clean, or drop them off and let us do the work for you. Main Street Washateria, making laundry stress-free in Cedar City. Second quarter getting set to begin here in San Diego. Spencer McLaughlin with you. No score at the end of the first. 15 minutes on the clock. The first play of quarter number 2 will be for the Toreros offense, who are 1st and 10 at the Southern Utah 42-yard line. Offense has not gotten off to the same hot start that it did a week ago against Idaho State. The defense solid so far, but defending their own territory here against the Toreros. On the first drive of the game, Southern Utah made a hold in a very similar position and forced a punt from San Diego's offense. And Aiden Corrales down Southern Utah at their own 14-yard line. The Thunderbirds were not able to get a first down after that. So a little bit of deja vu here for John Kelling's defense, who are out there in their defensive alignment, but San Diego's offense has yet to break the huddle, and it looks like Southern Utah is just a little bit ahead of where San Diego's at progression-wise here on game day. But a great crowd on hand. A lot of red in the stands, particularly right underneath our broadcast booth here in sunny San Diego. Certainly love seeing the support for the T-Birds going all over the country. So back comes out Dom Nankiel, the quarterback, and Matt Colombo has been the go-to running back, one-time USC Trojan. And it was Adam Kreider who picked up 1 yard on 1st and 10. So it's a 2nd and 9 for San Diego at the Southern Utah 42-yard line. We flip ends of the field, and the Toreros in those navy blue jerseys with powder blue numbers are going right to left. 3 receivers to the wide side, right of Nankiel, who flips Colombo offset on his left hip. 3-man front for Southern Utah. Speed option. Pitch Colombo to the boundary. He's at the numbers to the 40, 35. Chopped down by Raymond Crump out of bounds, and a first down for San Diego's leading rusher. What looked like an audible there from Dom Nankiel, the benefit of having been in a system for the last couple of years. He made the right check against the Southern Utah defense and picked up a first down. 14:40 to go in the first half. San Diego and Southern Utah tied at 0 in a UAC Pioneer League non-conference showdown. Southern Utah looking for a win in their first road game of the year. San Diego looking for their first win of the year. 1st and 10 at the Southern Utah 34-yard line. Nankiel, shotgun, sprint out to the right, throws behind his intended target, incomplete as it skips into a white 10 on the far side of the field. That had some zip on it, but wasn't really a ball that could be handled by a Torero player. Cole Monarch, the 6'1", 185-pound senior, the intended target. The incompletion makes it 2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 14:20 to go here in the second quarter. We have not seen many chunk plays from either offense. The defenses have been more than a little bit solid. 2nd down and 10 for San Diego at the Southern Utah 33. 2 receivers stacked each way. Nankiel is in the shotgun, claps his hands, knee-high snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it around the left end, and there is Adamski chasing him out to the boundary. He scoots into the Southern Utah bench, maybe picked up a yard, if that. But Sebastian Adamski, the Drake transfer, he spent 4 seasons there and was a good player. Southern Utah fans should get to know his name. He is a playmaker for John Kelling's defense and head coach Delane Fitzgerald. They say it's a loss of a yard on the play. So 3rd down and 11 for San Diego at the Southern Utah 34-yard line. No score, 13:45 to go in the second quarter. A fake snap and Southern Utah jumps across. This could be the 2nd offside. Trayvon Swanigan came into the neutral zone. A San Diego lineman flinched, and 3rd and 11 might soon become 3rd down and 6. And indeed it is. Boy, the last offside gave San Diego a first down on 3rd and 3. This one turns 3rd and 11 into 3rd and 6, and what would almost certainly be 4-down territory. Emilio Salazar, the San Diego kicker, had a long of 35 last week. That's the long of his career for the sophomore from Orange, California, just a couple hours from his hometown. 13:30 and a rolling clock to go here in the first half. Boy, 7 on the play clock. Nankiel is going to have to take a timeout. He doesn't have a play that's been sent in from the sideline, and Brandon Moore, standing next to the official, does take the timeout. So not the look that San Diego was looking for, I suppose, and that'll lead us to a timeout on the field. Southern Utah and San Diego still tied at 0 with 13:19 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back after a 1-minute break. You're listening to the SU Thunderbird Football Radio Network, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football after this.
Kabuto, Southern Utah's #1 sushi and ramen restaurant. Make sure to stop in, students, Monday through Friday, 11 to 3 p.m. for student specials. Follow us at Kabuto, Utah for special events and giveaways.
Township Pharmacy and Bullock's Drug offer the service of a local pharmacy with a personal touch. Traditional quality service with modern-day conveniences. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off North Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown at 91 North Main. Both have trained pharmacists to take care of your pharmaceutical needs and fill your prescriptions. Township Pharmacy and Bullock's Drug are happy to serve you and to support our local athletes.
Bullock Drug strives to be the very best pharmacy in Cedar City. We want you to be a part of our team. As a valued customer and patient, we will provide you with the best professional pharmacy service. Join with us and be a part of our team. Bullock Drug, 91 North Main in historic downtown Cedar City.
U.S. Bank is proud to sponsor the SU Thunderbirds. Stop by our U.S. Bank branch in Cedar City for all your banking needs. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Check out U.S. Bank. No points on the board. 13:19 to go in the second quarter. Defense has reigned supreme, and after the offsides flag against Trayvon Swanigan, 3rd and 11 has become 3rd and 6 for the San Diego Toreros in Thunderbird territory. Ball is spotted at about the 31-yard line. Dom Nankil's in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. His top target, Josh Heverly, is the boundary receiver to the left, matched up with Jacoby Spence. Might be Southern Utah's best corner. Smith, the tight end, offset the left end of the formation behind Oscar Weigel, the left tackle. Nankil hands it off, runs left. Colombo turns it up, bounce off a tackle, the 20 to the 15. He's cut down, 1st down and more, and the Toreros move the sticks on 3rd down and 6. And boy, that offsides flag feels costly right now, as Colombo just pinballed off of a couple of white jerseys to move the chains. It is all the way down to the Southern Utah 13-yard line. 1st and 10. Nankil in the gun. Same formation. This time Smith, the tight ends, to the right side. Fake the handoff to Colombo. Throw a dart near side through the leaping hands of Heverly. One-on-one with Spence. Incomplete. Boy, Southern Utah was on their heels a bit right there. And Nankil wanted the touchdown shot to Heverly. Would have been his first of the year. But alas, it's incomplete. So 2nd down at the Southern Utah 13. No score, 12:45 to go here in the second quarter. Quick moving game. Both teams have had plenty of running plays, and there's not been a lot of scoring. Clock has been running a lot. Nankil in the gun. Tight end offset left. 2 receivers right. Heverly again left of the formation. Takes the snap, hands it off. Colombo between the tackles. He tries to drag 2 white jerseys, and he's finally slammed down into the turf pancake style at about the 10-yard line. Pickup of 3. 3rd down and 7 here as Colombo ran left. Nick Strumpf and Oscar Weigel, 2 guys they like running behind for this San Diego offense. And that sets up a 3rd down and 7. San Diego 3 of 4 on the money down here in this first half. Toreros looking for their first win of the year after losing 41-17 last week here against Cal Poly. Same exact formation, 3rd and 7. Nankil in the gun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to the right, pressure in his face, gets away from it, has room at the 10 to the 5, cuts it up into the end zone. Touchdown San Diego. Toreros are on the board with 12:01 to go in the second quarter. Now, we knew Dom Nankil could run the football, and a play-action pass dialed up by offensive coordinator Nick Fulton. He had a man free rushing in his face, got around him, then there was nobody home on the far side of the field. And that brings on Emiliano Salazar for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, end over end, splits the uprights, and it is good. 12:01 to go in the second quarter. A 10-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 7 for quarterback Dom Nankil has given the Toreros a 7-0 lead. Southern Utah will receive the kickoff when we come back. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football after the break.
At Cache Valley Bank, we value our heritage and the history we've built within our communities. With over 45 years of experience behind us, we are confident in our ability to equip our customers with the necessary tools and expertise to navigate their financial journey. Whether you are ready to expand your existing business, embark on a new business venture, or are seeking better personal banking, let us help you reach new heights. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await.
If you think Bullock's is just a pharmacy, you are so wrong, but in the best way. Stop in for a handcrafted soda, sweet treats, and everything else they have to offer in downtown Cedar City. Bullock's, proud supporter of SUU Athletics. Well, my number one key to the game for Southern Utah entering today was get off to a hot start. And you can put a red X next to that one here. 2 offensive drives have failed to reach midfield for the Thunderbirds. They trail San Diego 7-0. 12:01 to go here in this first half. We're in quarter number 2, and the defense struggling to get off the field on 3rd down. 4 of 5 San Diego is on the money down so far today, including the 10-yard touchdown run there by quarterback Dom Nankiel to give San Diego their first lead of the game, but a long way to go as the field is almost completely covered in shadows. Braden Whistler and Rand Sawyer down to my left with their heels on the goal line, ready to receive the kickoff from Emiliano Salazar, who booted through the extra point. And Southern Utah will need to get the ground game going. Just 8 net rushing yards as a team so far here in this opening half. That is not what we have been accustomed to seeing and not what this Southern Utah offense needs to propel itself forward. Salazar trots up, accelerates, boots it with his right foot end over end. Whistler drifts to his left, catches it on the goal line, takes it up the middle of the field to the 10-15, makes a cut near side of the numbers, breaks a tackle at the 20, and he is finally wrangled down to the turf at the 23-yard line. A good return there for Braden Whistler. And Ben Mosley, the wide receiver in on special teams for San Diego, made the stop for the Toreros. So Bronson Barron, who is 4 of 5 passing for 24 yards, is leading the offense back out onto the field, looking for the sort of drive that we were accustomed to seeing last week against San Diego defense that is very prideful and very well coached, said Delane Fitzgerald under their 3rd-year head coach Brandon Moore. 1st and 10, Southern Utah at their own 23-yard line. Fake the handoff to Dye from a 2-back set. Throws almost intercepted. It was out of the hands of Trey Senna Ortega. He would have crossed the goal line right about now for a pick 6. Bronson Barron threw a laser to try to fit it into Shane Carr, but just never saw Senna Ortega coming. Southern Utah catches a break right there, and that makes it 2nd down and 10. Boy, that could have been really bad from the 22-yard line. Thunderbirds for the first time tonight going left to right. 2 receivers left. Shane Carr, the lone receiver, to the right. He goes in orbit motion behind the quarterback. They fling it out to him on the left side, makes the catch. He's at the 20 to the 25, got a couple blocks, 30, 35, 40, out to the 45-yard line and chopped down near the 48-yard line. Chunk play there, the best of the day for Southern Utah. They go right to Shane Carr, who had 6 catches for 77 yards last week. They don't give him a great spot. Shane Carr got to the 48-yard line. They put him out at the 44, so it's a gain of 22. 1st and 10, Southern Utah playing quickly. Handoff to Whistler. He runs left, does not get a whole lot, and he goes back to the line of scrimmage, trying to run behind big number 46, Hayden Erickson. Boy, the official on that far side must have seen a foot step out, because Shane Carr was not pushed out until at least the 48-yard line, and Southern Utah is back at their own 45-yard line now. They gave Whistler just about a full yard on 1st down, so it's 2nd and 9, trailing San Diego 7-0 inside of 11 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Whistler's still the tailback. Josh Dye hasn't been able to get going. 1 receiver in tight to the left, that's Anson Kraut. Carr to the right. Barron play action in the flat, dumps it off, wide open, 45-50, San Diego 45-yard line, down to the 41. Easy play action there. Fisher eventually made the stop, but there's Southern Utah, dumps it off to the big tight end. That is Hayden George. that makes his first reception of the year, his first as a Thunderbird, puts it into San Diego territory to the 41-yard line. So a pickup of 14 yards on 2nd down and 9. Southern Utah 1st and 10 at the USD 41, going left to right, trailing 7-0. Just over 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. 2 men in the backfield with Barron, who's in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. Dye, the running back, to his right. Chest high snap, back to throw. Pressure comes, steps up, dumps it off, incomplete. Had Kraut, but he couldn't set his feet. The throw went low and left, so it makes it 2nd down and 10. Boy, Ensign Kraut, who had 1 catch earlier in the game, was certainly there, but the pocket collapsing on Bronson Barron, who squeezes his helmet with both hands to make sure he can properly hear the play call in his headset coming in from the sideline. Southern Utah huddles, balls on the right hash mark, going left to right, 2nd and 10 at the San Diego 41. Clock stop, 10:03 to go in the second quarter, 7-0 Torero's lead. Trips left for Bronson Barron. In the gun, Josh Dye, the running back, he gets the carry, running right, looking for a lane. Jitterbugs a man, but a shoestring tackle is made by Jake Higgins. A gain of a yard, or else Dye might still be running, but what a stop there by the Mission Viejo, California native. 3rd down and 9 for Southern Utah. The offense today 2 of 4 on 3rd down. They have not converted one as long as 9 yards. Their longest was 3 back in the first quarter. You wonder if this is 4-down territory, but would love to convert to make that question moot. 3rd and 9 at the USD 40. 2 receivers left for Barron. Dummy snap count. Puts out his left hand with a black wristband on it. Comes up to the line of scrimmage. Now gets the play call from the sideline. Backs it up and is ready to go. 3rd down and 9. Helmet high snap. Here comes the blitz. Looks right. Throws to the sideline. 50-50 ball. Back shoulder. A one-handed snare is made. Oh my goodness. Spectacular. Jack Fairchild reached on the back shoulder with his left hand. Vacuumed the ball in. And that moves the sticks on 3rd down and 9. Oh, he plucked it just off the turf and kept his feet in. Unbelievable work. Higgins was blanketed on him. It did not matter. The ball is spotted down to the 15-yard line. The previous play is under review. As of now, it's a gain of 25 yards on 3rd down and 9. Boy, first look at the big screen here in San Diego. Looked like he brought that in, reached his left hand out over the sideline to bring it down, and as he was going to the turf, looked like he kept his feet in and kept the ball up off the ground. What an incredible catch in a big spot there for this Thunderbird offense. My goodness. The play is under review. We do not have replay monitors in here, so I am left to the devices of my own memory to recall what we just saw, which was what is hopefully a spark plug moment for this Southern Utah offense. Everybody huddled at the 25-yard line here down to my right. And boy, this is a big review. The official coming back out to discuss. New verbiage from the officials this year. Calls are either upheld or overturned. No more distinction between stands or confirmed. The intent to shorten the review time in certain situations. Of course, when a play as big as this one is on the line, every second feels like an hour. So you're awaiting the outcome. Delane Fitzgerald having a friendly chat with one of the officials down here just in front of his own sideline. At least it's friendly for the moment. I'll continue to keep you posted. Certainly looks like they're just having a discussion about a play that happened. And still ongoing. You'd think that at this point, if you haven't seen anything to overturn the call on the field, which was a catch and a brilliant one by Jack Fairchild, then you would think the call is going to be upheld unless they see something conclusive to overturn it. I mean, he sucked that ball in with his left hand, probably shin high as he was going to the ground. It was a Sports Center worthy catch. Still nothing from the officials. Guys, I know you want to use replay. We understand it's an incredibly useful tool, but if you haven't seen anything at this point, you got to just keep the call on the field. I would be pretty surprised if they overturn this one. Brandon Moore is having his own conversation with the men in striped shirts on the far side of the field, head coach for San Diego. We're still waiting. Hey everybody, welcome to the broadcast. Hope you're all enjoying my stream of consciousness while we wait for a review to sort itself out. And the other downside for Southern Utah is that they were in an offensive rhythm there. They had the big play to Shane Carr. They had the nice completion that preceded this one to Fairchild. Now we have an official trotting out and I think making a call. Oh, they say it's an incomplete pass. What angle did they have to see that as an incomplete pass? What a huge call in this game. So instead of a 25-yard masterstroke of offense, it's an incompletion. The replay angle I was able to see on the TV broadcast, I did not see that ball hit the ground, but perhaps they had an angle that I did not see. Wipes out a phenomenal effort from Fairchild. So Southern Utah likely back into a situation where they will go for it. 8:59 to go in the first half, trailing San Diego 7-0. It's 4th down and 9. They're showing the replay on the Jumbotron. Well, Jumbotron is an aggressive term for the big screen they have here at San Diego. It did not look like that ball hit the ground. Delane Fitzgerald having a conversation, and it does look like the punting unit might be coming out for Southern Utah. Elias Vigil is ready to come out onto the field. Vigil, who last year had 17 punts downed inside the 20, would be looking to pin the Toreros inside their own 10 if he does wind up seeing the field. But holy smokes, are we ever going to get back to playing football? I hope so. Now the Southern Utah punt team trots onto the field. And an outstanding play wiped out by a replay. So Takahashi back at his own 10-yard line. Vigil stands to my left at the Southern Utah 45. Chest high snap, rolls to the right. End over end boot into the air. Boy, the wind is stalling this one, and it is fair caught at the 13 or 12-yard line of San Diego. Just a 27, 28-yard punt there for Southern Utah, not what they were looking for. That's where San Diego will take over when we come back. 8:52 to go in the first half. San Diego 7, Southern Utah 0. Torero football when we return. You're listening to SU Thunderbird football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football after this.
Are you hungry for the usual today? Or are you craving something uncommonly delicious like the meaty masterpiece, the hook and ladder sub from Firehouse Subs? They start by piling it high with freshly sliced smoked turkey breast and Virginia honey ham. Oh, then they top it with melted Monterey Jack and serve it hot in a toasted roll. Save time by ordering your hook and ladder with the Firehouse Subs app today, downtown Cedar City. It's Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives.
Township Pharmacy and Bullock's Drug are here for you, the Cedar City community. With expert pharmacists on site, Township and Bullock can help you take care of your pharmaceutical needs and fill your prescriptions. Both locations offer curbside service for your convenience. Bullock's Drug is downtown at 91 North Main Street, while Township Pharmacy is near the hospital just off Main Street. Township Pharmacy and Bullock's Drug, grateful and proud supporters of our local students and athletes.
Tough break on the review for Southern Utah. They trail San Diego. 8:52 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 the score. Spencer McLaughlin with you here on the SU Football Radio Network. What the officials might have been determining, and we didn't get a prolonged explanation here in the stadium, is that Fairchild didn't maintain the ball through the entire process of the catch. It came out of his possession, but I mean way, way after it looked like he had established control. And for that to get overturned is a tough break. And Southern Utah needs their defense to step up and make a play. Down 7-0. Toreros with the ball. First down and 10 at their own 13-yard line after a 27-yard punt from Elias Vigil. Nankill has the rushing touchdown in this game. He's in the shotgun. He's got Kreider offset his left hip, flexes him over to the right. Two receivers to the left. In the gun, claps his hand, hip high snap, and he hands it off. Kreider is walloped in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Tonga Moa once again breaking through. His second play in the running game, and that is a loss of a yard. He records his first official TFL of this 2025 season. Second down and 11 for San Diego. A crispness from that ocean breeze has descended over the stadium here in San Diego. It is a lovely evening for football. Hardly a breeze, but enough to just keep you cool. 8:15 to go, second quarter, 7-0 San Diego lead with the ball deep in their own territory. Second and 11 for the Toreros at their own 12. Two receivers right, two in tight to the left. Nankill, the snap, pressure, steps up, runs away, darts to the sideline. Penalty flag down behind the play as he's tackled out of bounds, hip high, and gets some help up by his left tackle, Oscar Weigel. Will check the flag.
Number 11, Ricky Rich on the tackle out of bounds for Southern Utah.
Ricky Rich on the tackle, flying in from his linebacker position. Holding on Nick Strumpf, the senior from Danville, California, at left guard. So half the distance to the goal. Delane Fitzgerald discussing with the officiating crew what his options are, where the ball's going to be spotted. The original line of scrimmage there was the 12, so San Diego is backed up to their own 6-yard line with an even 8 minutes to go on the second quarter clock. 7-0 Toreros lead. Southern Utah's defense that had an interception last week. Loga Lima Lesa came up with the pick of Jordan Cook, Idaho State's quarterback. Certainly they have got daggers in their eyes here looking for a big play. Second down and 17 for the Toreros on their own 6. Two receivers wide to the right. Nankill, the handoff, penalty flag flies. Richie Rich collects the running back Kreider again and drags him forward for a gain of a couple. Flag came out right as the play began. Wonder if this is a formation penalty against San Diego or offside against Southern Utah. But if it's against San Diego, after a gain of 2 or 3 yards, Delane Fitzgerald might decline, but we have to get the call first. Offside against Southern Utah. Kavion Hicks, the Palomar College transfer, gives 5 yards right back, and what would have been 3rd and long is now a second down and 12 for San Diego at their own 11-yard line. With a 7-0 lead, 7.5 to go in this first half. Thunderbirds had the ball first, so the Toreros will get it whenever the third quarter begins. Nagel in the gun, two receivers to the right. His leading man, Heverly's alone to the left. Motion man, the tight end. They throw it to Heverly on the screen. He has the catch, helmet high, and he is cyclone down. Rich comes over to lay an extra pop after Raymond Crump made the initial tackle. Pick up 4 or 5 on the play. Brings up a long third down, a big one here for this Southern Utah defense that has a real opportunity to get off the field. It's the second time they have run that play to Heverly. He had a big gain on it earlier, in which he picked up 10 yards and a first down. And there he picks up a handful, and so it's 3rd down and 10. Back to the original line of scrimmage, the 13-yard line. 6:40 to go in the second quarter. Thunderbirds defense looking to get off the field. Trips right for Nankill in the shotgun. Claps his hands once, claps his hands twice, has the snap, handoff Kreider, running left around the edge, jumps through a couple of tackles, stutter steps, stepped out of bounds, short of the line to gain. He cut back to the field, would have had it, but instead his foot went out. Raymond Crump got just enough of him, and he goes to the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 6, but it is 4th down. The punting unit comes on. A phenomenal hold there by the Thunderbird defense. San Diego, for the second time in this quarter, tried to sneak a run against Southern Utah on 3rd down. This time they are able to hold. 6 minutes and counting to go here in this second quarter, and on to punt is Aiden Corrales, standing at his own 5-yard line to my right. Nunez at his own 35 to my left. Low snap, Corrales gets it. Wobbly spiral, Nunez runs up with a left hand, makes a fair catch, and he squeezes it at the 46-yard line. A 35-yard punt there from Corrales, who averaged almost 40 yards a punt with a long of 49 last week. And Southern Utah has good field position at their own 46-yard line. First down and 10 upcoming for the offense that needs to get some points on the board before you hit the half. 5:51 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 San Diego the lead on the 10-yard touchdown run by Dom Nankill on 3rd and 7. Carr, the lone receiver, to the left. Kraut to the right. Barron in the gun. 2 tight ends in the formation. Shotgun snap, play action. Barron wants a deep shot. He goes down back at the 40-yard line. Fisher shot through out of a cannon and launched him down to the ground. Was not able to get the pass off. Barron had no shot there. Southern Utah was looking to take a shot deep, I think, to Shane Carr. And it doesn't matter if it had been there. Barron had no time to throw. Loss of 6 yards on first down. Thunderbirds behind the chains. Fairchild, the lone receiver, right. 3 to the left. Erickson, the tight end in the slot for Barron on the gun on 2nd and 16 at his own 40-yard line. Flexes out die to the left side of the formation, fakes it to him, takes off to run to the right, dances back to the left, scoots upfield, and just gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go, and 3rd and 16. Not much in the playbook here for the Thunderbirds offense that has just not been able to get in any sort of rhythm. A completely different group than what we saw a week ago against Idaho State. And the lack of rushing success, a big part of that. Southern Utah, 4 net rushing yards here in this first half. 4:40 to go. They trail San Diego 7-0, 3rd and 16 at their own 40. Carr, the lone receiver, to the right. Erickson motions to the right end of the formation. He's the tight end offset. Barron in the shotgun, takes the snap, has time, throws to Carr over the middle, dragging to the 45. He gets a couple of blocks, cuts it upfield, cyclones to the 50, falls forward to the 49-yard line. A good gain to make it 4th down and 5. Decision time for Southern Utah, and it looks like it is a punting situation once again. So this Southern Utah offense just struggling against this San Diego defense that was worked pretty badly by Cal Poly here on their home field last week. Head coach Brandon Moore, a lot of pride on that side of the ball. It is showing up here this evening. Elias Vigil back at his own 35. Takahashi back at his own 10 to my right. Vigil has the snap, gets away a good spiraling punt, angle to the right side. Takahashi, fair catch, lets it go over his head, bounces at the 8-yard line and rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Thunderbird Gunners weren't able to identify it, and so a touchback there after a good strike off the right foot of Elias Vigil will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line for the Toreros, who lead Southern Utah 7-0, 3:36 to go in this slugfest, defensively fueled first half. Boy, we have seen very little offense going both ways. Both teams averaging less than 4 yards per play in this opening half. 3:36 to go, second quarter. Toreros 7-0 lead and the ball, which comes out to the 20-yard line, beg your pardon. Ball is on the right hash. Toreros going right to left, trips to the left side of the formation. Nankill is in the shotgun with a running back to his right hip. It's Colombo who gets the carry running left, cuts it upfield, swivels back off a couple of tackles. He's pinballing around out to the 27-yard line, a gain of 7 yards for Matt Colombo, one of his better runs of the day. Makes it 2nd down and 3. 3:20 and a rolling clock to go here in the second quarter. Thunderbird defense trying to give the offense one more opportunity to get points on the board before the half. They have been shut out here on their first road trip of the season so far. Nankill in the gun, trips to the right, ball's on the near hash. Flexes Colombo to the left hip. He hands it to him, running right, looks for a crease, surges forward and into the car wash. He spins through the tackle of Ricky Rich and gets out to the 31, gain of 4 and a first down. 2:40 to go in the first half. 7-0 San Diego lead, and the Toreros with a first down following the punt from Elias Vigil. Boy, a little sportsmanship out there. Micah Talovu was helping Sini Tuiaki, who's a Thunderbird, and that's the Toreros starting center. He was helping him get his shoulder pad back inside his jersey just a moment ago. You don't see that a whole heck of a lot. 1st and 10 for the Toreros at their own 31. 2 stacked left, another wide to that side of the formation for Nankill in the shotgun. Claps the hands, chest high snap, hand to Colombo, crease to the right, bounces out far side 40, 45 to the 50. Chased down by Lincoln Tuioti Mariner to the 47-yard line. 22-yard gain on the play, and that takes us to the 2-minute timeout. San Diego is on the move with a 7-0 lead. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Thunderbirds defense looking for a stop. When we come back, you're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. We're back in San Diego after this. Night is starting to descend on the first half and the evening overall here in San Diego. Spencer McLaughlin with you on the Thunderbirds Football Radio Network. SUU not having the first half they were hoping for, trailing 7-0 against the Toreros of San Diego, trying to start 2-0 with the Thunderbirds and drop USD to 0-2 on the season. But the Toreros have really controlled this first half. Southern Utah has not really gotten anything going offensively. Looked like they had a big conversion on 3rd and 9 earlier. Fairchild's one-handed catch ruled incomplete upon review. And Southern Utah's defense has allowed the 1 touchdown, looking to avoid that here. San Diego's 1st down and 10 at the Southern Utah 47-yard line, going right to left, ball on the far hash mark. 2 receivers left for Nankill in the gun. He hands off to Colombo, running left. Check it, it's Kreider who's come into the game, and he is swiveled down to the turf by Ricky Rich there at the linebacker spot. He's having a very active first half. Was a little bit quiet last week by his usual standards. Pickup of, call it 4 yards on the play to the SUU 43-yard line. And they gave him 5, so 2nd down and 5 at the SU 42. Minute 35 to go here in this first half. San Diego has 2 timeouts remaining. 2nd and 5 at the SU 42. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Nankill in the gun. Hands to Kreider, running right, runs through a tackle. Tuioti Mariner almost had him. He's able to gather and get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, was almost a loss of 3. Lincoln Tuioti Mariner, the Air Force transfer at defensive back, came flying up to make the stop, but Kreider was able to get through the tackle around his knees. 1:05 to go and rolling here in this second quarter. And it is a 3rd down and 4. They gave him a yard, which is generous. And Colombo's back in there at running back for Nankill. Less than a minute to go now. See if Southern Utah wants to save their timeouts for the outcome of this 3rd down. 2 receivers split wide left, 2 tighter to the right. Nankill against a blitz, heaves it deep. Rainbow down the near side, too far, incomplete. Tuioti Mariner in coverage. Christopher Hall, the intended target. That makes it 4th down and 4. And the punting team is coming on for San Diego. So John Kelling's defense holds once again. Delane Fitzgerald is all the way out at the numbers on the near side of the field, making that safe indication that he does not want to see a fake punt pulled off here by the Toreros. So we see Aiden Corrales back into the game at punter. He stands on the right side of the 50 at the 45-yard line. Nunez is back at his own 10. Corrales so far with an average of 33 yards per punt so far and along of 35 here in this one. Carter Shupper to send it back to him, which he does. He catches it, spikes the ball down, wobbly end-over-end kick. Nunez races to his left, makes the fair catch with his left hand, and has the squeeze at his own. They put it at the 11-yard line. So a 31-yard punt there and no return off the right foot of Aiden Corrales. 34 seconds to go in the first half. San Diego leading Southern Utah 7-0. And the Thunderbirds, with timeouts to work with, have got an opportunity to go down the field and at least get some type of points on the board, but the offense has to get rolling. Bronson Barron, 7 of 11 for 69 yards throwing the ball, and the team has run for 4 yards in the first half. Whistler and Dye with 4 apiece. Barron has been sacked a couple times or hasn't been able to make anything of a scramble, has -4 rushing yards. 1st and 10 for Southern Utah at their own 11, going left to right. 2 receivers wide right of the formation. Kraut is left. Whistler flares out of the backfield. Barron to throw, looks left, pump fake over the middle, has it complete to his tight end out to the 20-yard line, close to a first down. It's just a little bit short of the line to gain. Timeout taken by Southern Utah. Looks like there is actually an injured San Diego player on the field, so Southern Utah might save a timeout in that spot. Hayden George with his 2nd reception of the night. His previous one went for a first down. That one almost did. And there is a Torero down back at the Southern Utah 7-yard line being attended to by the training staff. 26 seconds on the game clock. He is still being attended to. Looks like a lower body injury of sorts. As head coach Brandon Moore coming out to attend to him. This is the 2nd time today Southern Utah has had a big completion. Of course, the first one turned out to not be a completion upon review, but then there's been a major stoppage in the game. Last time was for the officials to look at it in the replay booth, this time for an injury after picking up 9 yards on first down. And it looks like he's up and on his feet, gingerly favoring that right side. That's Brian Coburn, graduate student from Salem, Oregon, walking off the field. Of course, new rule in college football this year: if you are not down and injured by the time the ball is set, then your team will be charged a timeout. And that certainly didn't look like an injury that he was feigning there. So 26 seconds to go on the game clock in the first half. San Diego the 7-0 lead over Southern Utah. And they're resetting the game clock to 28 seconds. I believe it's going to start on the whistle. Southern Utah, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Barron is the shotgun formation. Whistler is the running back. Barron takes the snap, looks to throw, steps up in the pocket, has green grass, takes off 25, cuts it back middle of the field to the 30, lunges head first to the 32-yard line. Delane Fitzgerald takes a timeout, gain of 12 yards on the scramble by Bronson Barron. So 21 seconds remain after Coach Fitz takes time, but a first down to move the chains. Trailing San Diego 7-0 here in the first half. Southern Utah looking for their first points of the game. They have punted on every single possession they have had so far. Has been a quick moving first half. We kicked off at 6 o'clock local time, right on time, which as someone who is detail oriented, I can very much appreciate, but this has been a quick moving first half because there just haven't been that many explosive plays going back and forth. Both teams have been fairly committed to the ground game, but San Diego has 116 rushing yards on the night. Southern Utah has 16. Last week against Idaho State, that was the reverse. 21 seconds to go first half. 1st and 10 for Southern Utah at their own 32-yard line. 2 receivers right for Barron, who goes dummy snap count. Everybody looks to the right to get the play call coming in from the sideline. Barron squeezing his helmet, make sure you can hear the correct play call, but it was inside of 15 seconds. Whistler shifts to his left hip. Barron looks left, sprints out right to throw. Pressure, steps up, got a man wide open. Nunez near side at the 40, 35, 30, sideline, cracked out of bounds to the 25-yard line. Steady Eddie delivers. He took a pop from Ezekiel Swain, but he puts Southern Utah within striking distance, at least of a field goal. Oh, you couldn't have dialed it up any better for Will Brunson, the passing game coordinator, and Brunson Barron put it on the money to Gabe Nunez, who was all alone all the way down to the 25-yard line, a 43-yard pickup. 3 bunched in left. Carr flexes out on 1st and 10 at the Torero 25. Barron to throw. Dumps it off near side. Whistler 25-20 gets out of bounds, and he's popped beyond the sideline, but they say he was just in bounds as he got hit. No late flag coming in there. Nate Fisher with the tackle. 5 seconds to go now in the first half. A 7-0 Southern Utah deficit will be attempted to get chipped into by Southern Utah's special teams unit. Jaden Rogers, who's the Phil Steele preseason first team UAC selection, was 9 of 10 last year on field goals with a long of 50. Last week made a 20-yard field goal, was 5 for 5 on PATs. Elias Vigil to hold. This is a 36-yard try from the right hash. Snap, hold, kick is up. Got plenty of distance. Did it hook enough? No, it does not. It stays wide right. And the first half comes to a close. Thunderbirds, no points on the board. They trail 7-0 here on the road at San Diego, and they can't get anything after the big play. A lot to discuss. I will not be alone on the halftime show. Make sure you stick around for the Southern Utah Thunderbird halftime show presented by Jennifer Davis, ERA Realty. That's coming your way next. Thunderbirds down a touchdown and an extra point here on the road. When we come back, you're listening to SU Thunderbird football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football on the halftime show after the break.
Here at Culver's, we're known for our fresh, delicious food. What most of you don't know is for the last several years, we've been training Southern Utah's most elite basketball players. Sometimes they need instruction, and that's where I step in. Practice makes perfect, but we demand perfection.
Bradshaw Chevrolet Buick is Cedar City's original hometown dealership. Family owned and serving the area since 1931. Obviously, they're doing several things right. Bradshaw Chevrolet Buick is your full service dealership. Sales, service, body shop, detail shop, and their service department stands behind what they sell. And what they sell is a large selection of new and GM certified used vehicles. It's Bradshaw Chevrolet Buick, 360 North Main.
Do you know rule number 1?
Brad's Food Hut is your go-to family-owned traditional fixture in Cedar City. Brad's has options for everyone with burgers, chicken sandwiches, fish and chips, soft drinks, shakes, and more. Want to grab your food on the go? You can call ahead and they'll have your order ready for you at 586-6358. That's 586-6358 for Brad's Food Hut at 546 North Main Street in Cedar City. Brad's Food Hut is proud to support our local athletes and students.
Visit Cedar City. Brian Head is thrilled to welcome you to Cedar City, your ultimate base camp for adventure and sports. As you enjoy the game, be sure to take a victory lap through everything our area has to offer. As the gateway to Bryce and Zion National Parks, you can explore our charming downtown, fuel up at incredible local restaurants, and stretch your legs on scenic trails at Kolob Canyons or Thunderbird Gardens. Let the games begin and let the fun continue in Cedar City, Utah. Go to visitcedarcity.com to plan your next trip.
You're listening to the halftime show presented by Jennifer Davis with ERA Realty Center. With over 31 years of experience, Jennifer Davis is Cedar City's trusted realtor for all your buying and selling needs. Go where SUU Athletics goes go with Jennifer Davis, former SU quarterback, now high school football coach. Cody Stone joining me here on the halftime. Coach, it's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me, man. Great to be here.
You talked to the team before this game kicked off back at the hotel. What message did you want to communicate, and how do you feel like, we'll get to the first half thoughts in a moment, but what did you want to talk to them about?
You know, I talked to them basically about how much Cedar City and Southern Utah meant to me. You know, being not highly recruited at a high school and then not highly recruited at a junior college. I love the town, love the city, love the school. It's a great area. I don't see why you wouldn't want to go there. I mean, it's awesome. Great fan base, great community support. They've just done a great job.
And we see that community support here tonight. The SU marching band is actually on the field. David Torres and company have made the long trek out here to San Diego. And to your point, there's as much red as there is blue in the stands here in San Diego, which is an awesome thing to see. But let's get your thoughts on the first half. Certainly a great showing from the Southern Utah defense, but that offense trying to get itself in gear.
Yeah, and Coach Fitt's going to get those guys going at halftime. I mean, one of the best motivators I've been around. And offensively, they'll get going. I mean, it's just getting in a rhythm as a quarterback, being able to play on time and play fast. That's a big deal.
You're a head coach yourself down here in the Southern California area. Tell everybody where you coach and what you love about it so much.
I'm actually an assistant at Bakersfield High School. So that's in Bakersfield, California. It's kind of in the middle between Los Angeles and Fresno. And Bakersfield High School is actually the winningest high school in the state of California. We're 3 wins ahead of Long Beach Poly right now, so go Drillers.
Ahead of Long Beach Poly, ahead of Mater Dei, ahead of St. John Bosco, all of those places?
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't want to play Mater Dei or St. John Bosco right now. I mean, they're not on the schedule for the near future.
Yeah.
But Coach Rashawn Sheehy, where I coach at head coach, does an excellent job, and we've got a great staff, a great group of kids, and we're just trying to keep going through, you know, 1 week at a time. The count starts at 0 every day.
When you have a half like this, it is certainly not what Coach Fitz was looking for from his team. And I highlighted in the pregame show that starting hot when you have not just a road game, but such a long trip, you know, the 7+ hour bus ride that we all took to get here yesterday, and then waiting around today for a 6 o'clock local time kickoff. It's a long time to stay mentally locked in. If you had this sort of situation, maybe you've encountered that in your coaching career, how do you talk to your team at the half to get a better second half performance?
I don't think it's a time to come in and read them the riot act, so to speak. It's time to come in and sit down and say, we've made all the mistakes we can make, and it's a one-possession game. So let's get going and do what we do best. And I'm sure Coach Fitz is going to do that, and I'm excited to watch the second half. You know, Shane Carr, that's on roster, is a Bakersfield product from South High School. He's fun to watch. So looking forward to 2 lighting it up in the second half, and go T-Birds.
You played quarterback for Southern Utah. I'm sure followed the program, been around it for a very long time. What has impressed you about what Coach Fitz has done now in his 4th season at the helm?
I think the fact that Coach Fitz has continually pushed for excellence on and off the field. We talk a lot just about what it means to be a Thunderbird, or what it means, the right, not necessarily right, the privilege to be part of the football program. That's going to stay with you forever. I mean, you played at Southern Utah University, one of the top FCS schools in the nation. Nobody can take that away from you. And Coach Fitz just hammers that in, and it's enjoying to have a mentor like him in my life.
Last thing, Cody, before I let you go, your #1 key for Southern Utah, turning around, getting a win here on the road in the second half.
Got to be physical in the second half, win up front, and get some explosive plays out of those wide receivers. And the quarterback's doing a great job. It's just he's got to be able to play fast and play on time.
Appreciate the time.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
You are very,
Say hi to my kids. Jax, Jace, Dad loves you this much.
That's awesome stuff from Cody Stone. Discover adventure in every season. Visit Cedar City for vibrant festivals, Red Rock hikes, and a thriving art scene. Then head up the mountain to Bryan Head for world-class skiing, biking, and cool alpine escapes. They've got it all in Cedar City, just like Cody was talking about. Such an awesome place. Come for the views, stay for the experience. Visit Cedar City, Bryan Head. We're at the half here in San Diego, 7-0. Torero's the lead over the Thunderbirds. We'll have more on the Jennifer Davis ERA Realty Show when we come back. Halftime show. That word should have been in there as well. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football on the halftime show right after this.
Retro Fitness, the official partner of SUU Athletics, is the largest premium health club in Cedar City. Retro Fitness offers a full range of services, including functional fitness training, group fitness classes, hot yoga, personal training, saunas, tanning, a smoothie bar, and the best kids club around. Mention this ad for a free 3-day trial pass. Go retro at Retro Fitness, 929 South Main Street in Cedar City, or visit them online at retrofitness.com.
In our 150th year of service, everywhere you look, Zions Bank people are ready to work hard for you.
We're here and ready to go.
Wherever you are, we're right there with you.
We will help make it simple and easier.
We have all the big bank services delivered locally.
Isn't it time to see how 150 years of experience can work for you?
Zions Bank.
We are here to help right now.
We want to serve you.
Now more than ever, Zions Bank is for you.
When it comes to smiles, Thunderbird fans know who to trust: Webster Orthodontics, the preferred orthodontist of SUU Athletics. They're the reason Thor the Thunderbird has that beautiful game day grin, and they can do the same for you. Whether it's braces or Invisalign, Webster Ortho provides personalized care and outstanding results, proudly supporting SUU Athletics and our community. Visit webstersmiles.com today to schedule your consultation. Webster Orthodontics. Show off that Thunderbird smile. Ernie's is more than just a gas stop. It's your one-stop spot for fuel, fresh food, and friendly service. With locations across southern Utah, including one right here in Cedar City, Ernie's makes it easy to fill up and fuel up. Don't forget, Ernie's is home of the world-famous chicken strips, a local favorite that keeps fans coming back. Proudly supporting SUU Athletics and proudly serving our community. Stop by Ernie's in Cedar City today.
SkyWest Airlines is a proud sponsor of SUU Athletics. SkyWest is the world's largest regional airline, none bigger, and it's been a part of the southern Utah community for more than 50 years. No matter where you want to go, our 2 daily Delta connection flights from Cedar City to Salt Lake City make it easy to get there. Fly local from Cedar City, and with one connection, you can reach hundreds of destinations on Delta's global network. I've used it all the time. It is great. Welcome back to the broadcast booth, the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth. To be specific, I'm Spencer McLaughlin here in San Diego, and it has been a beautiful night, but not for the Southern Utah offense. The defense has been magnificent in this game, allowing just the one touchdown, a 10-yard scramble on 3rd down and 7 from Don Nankill, the San Diego quarterback, who you knew coming into the game had the ability to make plays with his legs. He has certainly done that in a couple of spots, but the offense hasn't been able to get going, and that goes back to another key that I talked about in the pregame show, and that was Southern Utah running the ball. It's such an important part of what they do on offense, and it allows their passing game to be even better. We saw him get going there a bit in the late in the second quarter. The 43-yard hookup from Bronson Barron to Gabe Nunez, that's a great sign. There wasn't enough time for them to go and try and score a touchdown. Jaden Rogers can't convert on a 36-yard field goal, unfortunately. But those are the sorts of plays that Southern Utah seemed to be making every single time they took the field offensively last week in Cedar City against Idaho State. And tonight they just quite haven't been there. Now you hope that shaking off the long trip and the long wait for the game to get going, the second half they come out with a fire, but they're going to have to, or they will suffer their first loss of the year, because this is a San Diego team that is more than happy to play low-scoring games. Last year the Toreros, under now third-year head coach Brandon Moore, former linebacker at the University of Oklahoma, he was a part of that national championship team in 2001. He's played under a lot of defensive coaches, and a season ago, when the Toreros were 8-3 and 6-2 in the Pioneer League, they allowed just 18.5 points per game. So this is not an unfamiliar place necessarily for them to be in, and there's still a lot of football to be played. And we have seen Southern Utah stage comebacks in the past, and they will have to do that again here tonight on the road if they want to stay unbeaten on this Young 2025 campaign. But it has to start with the running game. You cannot rely solely on Bronson Barron, who was 10 of 14 for 126 6 yards. He was sacked one time, had a couple scrambles that didn't really go anywhere. That's not a forte of his game. It's something he can bring to the table. But Southern Utah as a team with 16 rushing yards in the first half is just not going to be enough. This is a team that ran for a record under Delane Fitzgerald last week, 323 yards. That's more than they've run for in a game under his tutelage since he arrived in Cedar City. And we know how much of an emphasis the run game has always been. So that's where I think the offense has to be able to start. You have to get the ground game going and allow that to open up the passing attack. And defensively, 7 points on the road in a half should be enough. If Southern Utah ends this game having allowed 14 points, and they wind up losing, you won't look and say the defense should have done more. It is certainly on the offensive side of the ball. We'll take a break. When we come back, more on the Jennifer Davis ERA Realty Halftime Show. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More from San Diego after this.
T-Bird Nation, it's game time. You're listening to Southern Utah University Athletics on Thunder 91.1 FM. Catch every moment online at kslsports.com, plus live streams on YouTube and X. Wherever you are, stay locked in with SUU Thunderbird Athletics. Go T-Birds.
Clark & Linford Jewelers has been a staple on Main Street in downtown Cedar City since the 1970s. Cedar has grown a lot since then, but we are still your hometown jeweler. Our commitment to our customers remains the same, to help you find pieces you will love for years to come. Whether you're looking for an engagement ring, wedding band, or fashion piece, we'd love the opportunity to help you find your piece. Find us at 83 North Main Street in Cedar City and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Clark & Linford Jewelers, still your hometown jeweler, where SUU gets engaged.
The official transport and logistics partner of Thunderbird football. From heavy haul to specialized transport, Savage can move anything, anytime, anywhere. Contact Savage today for all your transport and logistics needs. And we've got a new Southern Utah football equipment truck. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out the social media video. It looks awesome. We saw it here in person as we were driving into the stadium. We looked up and there it was, like a shining city upon a hill. And it was just bright red and absolutely gorgeous. And getting the stuff here, of course, of paramount importance, because there is no game if there is no equipment. But there will be no win for Southern Utah if some adjustments are not made here in the second half of the ball game. Thunderbirds defensively, a really strong first half overall. Domnan Kill is just 3 of 8 passing for 17 yards. That's it. It has been a rushing attack for San Diego. They have run for 116 yards on the ground, and that's been really their only source of offense. There's only been one sustained drive deep into Thunderbird territory. That was the touchdown drive that came from some good field position as well. But mostly we have seen a lot of punts going back and forth. Aiden Corrales and Elias Vigil, the two booters, have been really, really busy so far in this game. and that's been kind of it. It's been the one drive, and that's been it. And Southern Utah is not going to have the ball to begin this third quarter. So the intensity and next level sort of focus that Delane Fitzgerald talked about coming into this game is going to have to be there from the jump. You give up any points on this opening drive, and suddenly Southern Utah is staring at a 2-possession deficit on the road. And we've seen them come back in those sorts of spots before. You go back to the UTEP game a year ago, their first FBS win since 2013. They had to come from behind in the second half, but that's not the desirable spot you want to be in. So certainly you would have loved to have hit the field goal there at the end of the half and have something on the board, but a stop and a score of any kind I think would be a really welcome sight for Southern Utah as they come out of the halftime break and look to flip the script here on the Toreros as night has almost fully descended. It is seriously a gorgeous, gorgeous night here in San Diego. Great to be with you all. If you're consuming this broadcast on Twitter or YouTube for the first time, welcome. Welcome. It is great to have you here. I'm Spencer McLaughlin. I will indeed be right back, and we will take you right up to kickoff in the third quarter here in San Diego. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football in quarter number 3 right after this.
Hurry up, this offer won't last long.
T-Bird Nation, it's game time. You're listening to Southern Utah University Athletics on Thunder 91.1 FM. Catch every moment online at kslsports.com, plus live streams on YouTube and X. Wherever you are, stay locked in with SUU Thunderbird Athletics. Go T-Birds.
Bullock strives to be the very best in serving you in Cedar City, offering fashion, decor, and kids items, as well as a fun old-fashioned soda fountain and pharmacy. We are a place where you can come enjoy unique shopping, a fun atmosphere, and quality service from all of our 4 stores on Main Street. Bring the family, grab a treat, and find that perfect gift. Enjoy your shopping experience with us. Bullock's, 91 North Main in historic downtown Cedar City.
Welcome back to San Diego as we get set for quarter number 3. The third quarter is brought to you by Cafe Sabor. Whether it's sizzling fajitas, signature taco, I could go for some tacos right now, or their unbeatable daily deals like the $8 smother burrito and drink every Thursday. Cafe Sabor is your flavor stop in Cedar City. Cafe Sabor, proud supporter of SUU Athletics. Southern Utah in the black helmets with white jerseys and black pants. The black numbers are trimmed in red. We'll kick off from my right to left for the first time tonight, as they did not score in the first half. They trail San Diego 7-0 on the road as we get set to begin the third quarter. Toreros set to receive. Down to my left, they have got 2 guys down on the goal line. One of them, Kreider, the running back. The other one, Yosei Takahashi, their return man. Toreros in the navy blue helmets, jerseys, and pants with a 2-colored stripe, baby blue and white going down the right side, baby blue numbers. Jaden Rogers runs up, boots it away, side-winding end-over-end kick, straightens out. Fair catch made by Kreider on the near side in the end zone. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So that's where Dom Nankill, who has the only touchdown in this game, a 10-yard scamper on 3rd down and 7. That has given the Toreros a 7-0 lead. He will lead the offense back out onto the field. And the Southern Utah defense that played a gem of a first half held the Toreros to just 133 yards. but trailing at the moment and called upon again to give the offense a chance to finally find a rhythm. 1st and 10 for the Toreros. They put the ball on the far hash on the 25-yard line, going left to right. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Colombo, the running back, to the right hip of Nankill. Claps his hands it off. Colombo runs right and slides into second base as he gets to the 26-yard line. Looked like he lost his footing a little bit over there. He picks up a yard on the play, maybe. Parker Andrus in on the stop for Southern Utah. 2nd down and 9.
And number 54, Parker Andrus on the tackle.
So this San Diego offense that had 116 rushing yards in the first half goes to the ground on the first play. And 2nd and 9 at their own 26. Ball still in that far hash. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Tight end to the right side of the formation for Nankill in the gun. Hip high snap, hand to Colombo, running left, looking for a crease. Has it, accelerates out to the 35-yard line, stumbling forward, using his right hand to keep him up to the 40 as he was out of bounds. But he has a 1st down carry here. They spot him out at the 37-yard line, so a pickup of 11 yards there, maybe 12. I think they gave him the 38. They did, so a gain of 12 yards. San Diego with a 1st down on the ground. Minute gone by, 3rd quarter, 7-0 San Diego lead. Toreros on the move. 1st and 10 at their own 38. The ground game has been their sole source of offense. Dom Nankill's just 3 of 8 passing for 17 yards. Trips right on 1st down and 10. Staring at a 4-man front. Defensive back blitz. Colombo squeezes through a lane on the right side to the 40, to the 45. He's driven forward where they put him down right at the 45. Gain of 7. And that makes it 2nd down and 3. And really nothing to this offense for San Diego right now. It is line up and hand the ball off to number 5, Matt Colombo. He had 52 yards rushing last week, had 160 all of last season, and is encroaching upon 100 here tonight. 2nd down and 3 for San Diego at their own 45. 2 receivers wide to the right. Nankill behind center. Handoff. Colombo up the middle, pushing the offensive line pile forward. And he's collapsed upon by 3 white jerseys. Josh Dunn, Joe Tongamoa, and Parker Andrus in there on the stop, but it is a 1st down, so the sticks move again. 12:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. 7-0 San Diego lead. Toreros have done nothing so far on this drive but hand the ball off to Matt Colombo. That is literally it, and they are out at their own 48-yard line for their troubles. 1st down and 10. Same formation. 2 receivers and a tight end right. Offensive lineman pulls around. Colombo cuts back to the left. He's chopped down. Sebastian Adamski looking back at his bench for some juice and holds Colombo to a gain of just a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. Adamski had the big goal line stand last week against Idaho State, had 9 tackles as well. 12 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, 7-0 San Diego lead. They're out to their own 49-yard line, going left to right. 1st down and 10. 2 receivers and a tight end to the right side of the formation. That tight end is Peyton Smith. He's offset the right tackle. Colombo shifts to the left hip of the quarterback, Nankill. Handoff, running right, has a lane to the 50, 45. Jitterbug, stiff arm man to the ground at the 40. 35, turns it up. And finally, Jacoby Spence gets a shoestring tackle with his left hand before he could keep going, but he does get to the 35-yard line. That's a pickup of 16 yards on 2nd down and 9. 11:25 to go in the 3rd quarter, rolling clock. And this is the Matt Colombo drive for San Diego. The backup, Adam Kreider's into the game, senior from Downers Grove, Illinois. Boy, this Southern Utah run defense that a season ago gave up just 143 yards per game on the ground has conceded 156, including 40 here on this drive. At the SUU 35, Nankill in the shotgun. Hands it to Kreider, up the middle, pushes his way, gets to an arm tackle, breaks outside, still on his feet, stumbles forward past the 30. He gets 5 yards on what should have been a 1 or 2 yard gain. And Southern Utah is just struggling between the tackles right now to bring down these San Diego running backs. And Delane Fitzgerald out on the field talking to an official, maybe challenging his team as well. Ball spotted at the 29, 6 yards on 1st down. 10.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter clock just bleeding away. 7-0 San Diego lead. Toreros on the ball, just marching down the field against this Thunderbird defense. From the SUU 29 going left to right. Nankill, the handoff. Kreider tries to cut it back. Finally, he has stood up. A couple of white jerseys in there as they stood him tall like a pogo stick. Josh Dunn was in there with that man, Sebastian Adamski, again. So that is a gain of a yard on the play to make it a 3rd down and 5. Ball is at the SUU 30, so they actually lost a yard on the play. 2 receivers stacked left, one that way. Nankill, dummy snap count with a clap as he looks to the sideline. 9:40 to go, 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 5. They need the SUU 25. 1 receiver alone to the right, one-on-one with Jacoby Spence. Nankill in the gun, hip high snap. Here comes the blitz. Heaves the rainbow near side, out there, and it is caught. A toe touch. Reception is hauled in by Bradley Schlum. He got behind Spence. Nankill put it on the money, and it's 1st and goal down to the SUU 6-yard line. Pickup of 24 yards on 3rd down and 5. Boy, he looked like he froze in midair while he got his feet back down. 1st and goal at the SUU 6. Kreider, the tailback, next to Nankill in the shotgun. Snap, handoff, up the middle, plows forward, and he's escorted down to the turf by a horde of Thunderbird defenders. Josh Dunn and Baron Taylor among them with that man, Sebastian Adamski, again. And it'll be a gain of a yard, 2nd down and goal from the 5. Boy, a field goal all but guaranteed. 8:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Almost half of it bled off by the Toreros on this opening drive. Clap of the hands, a fake snap again. San Diego content to just run the clock down with a 7-0 lead. 8:30 to go. There's still 15 seconds on the play clock. Torero's not in a hurry. 2 receivers to the left. Nankill rubs his right arm with his left, and he goes quick throw, back shoulder, batted in the air, almost caught on the ricochet. Jacoby Spence the breakup. That is incomplete. Ben Mosley, the intended target, was looking for his 1st reception of the year. That was a late audible there by Dom Nankill off the running play, but Jacoby Spence got a fist in there to break it up. So the clock stops with 8:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. 7-0 San Diego lead. 3rd down and goal from the SUU 5. Dom Nankill throwing the ball today. 4 of 9 for 41 yards. 2 receivers right. Smith, the tight end, in the slot. Receiver motions behind him to throw. Colombo out of the backfield on the wheel route. He's got it for a touchdown. Wheeled out to the near side, went right behind the motion. And Southern Utah now faces a 2-touchdown deficit pending the extra point. It is Colombo's 1st receiving touchdown of the year. It's actually his 1st reception of the year. He caught 6 balls all of last season, and now Salazar comes on for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up. Plenty of leg, and it sails through the uprights. It is good. What a drive from San Diego. 75 yards in 6 minutes and 46 seconds. They take an eternity off of that clock for Southern Utah. The Thunderbirds will have to respond when we come back. 14-0, Toreros the lead. Thunderbirds the ball when we return. From Van Wagner, this is the SUU Thunderbird Football Radio Network from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More after the break.
Chrysalis is looking for people who want to make a difference by joining their team of direct support professionals. Team members provide supported living services and become mentors, coaches, and friends, make lasting memories, participate in fun activities, and help individuals reach their goals and become more independent. Chrysalis offers competitive pay and flexible schedules. More information and the online application are available at chrysalis.care. That's chrysalis.care.
Hermes Drive-In has served Cedar City and our visitors for more than 45 years. With a diverse menu and affordable prices, Hermes hopes you'll come back again and again for their burgers, Navajo tacos, fries, house-made fry sauce, and more. Located just north of the City Park on Main Street, Hermes also offers shakes, soft drinks, and a weekly special. All roads lead to Hermes Drive-In, a proud sponsor of our local youth activities and athletes.
No car, no problem. St. George Shuttle has you covered with reliable rides from Cedar City down to Vegas, up to Salt Lake, and everywhere in between. Check out St. George Shuttle today, on time, every time. I've used them a handful of times myself, and I can tell you, they do indeed run right on time, and they provide an excellent service as well. 8:14 to go in the third quarter. Southern Utah trailing San Diego on the road 14-0. Offense will have to show some signs of life here in the second half for Southern Utah to get off to a 2-0 start. Torero's looking for their first win of the year and playing some inspired football. By the way, for those of you watching on YouTube, if you like to be a part of the broadcast in a way, you can drop a comment, and that comment will then show up on the YouTube broadcast feed to engage with us here at SU Athletics. Spencer McLaughlin with you. Naki Assisi is behind the camera, pulling all the strings, the puppet master of the broadcast. I'm just the lead in the play, for whatever that is worth. Salazar to my left, ball at the 35-yard line in the far hash, walks up to it, accelerates into a trot, right-footed boot, end over end, headed to the far side. It is caught over there by Josh Dye at the 5. He takes it out to the 10, to the 15, veers back, gets up to the 20-yard line, drags the pile out to the 30. So Josh Dye with the first kick return of his Thunderbird career, and hopefully that gets him going a little bit. Southern Utah needs their leading rusher from last week, who went for 180 yards. He had just 4 in the first half, and seeing as this is Southern Utah's first possession of the second half, he has just 4 yards rushing in the game. Thunderbirds trailing the Toreros, 8:07 to go in the third quarter, 14-0 is the score. Braden Whistler's the running back, though. Tight bunch to the left side of the formation. Kraut, top of the formation, the lone wide receiver. 1st and 10 for Southern Utah at their own 30. Hand to Whistler, runs left, scurries forward, churns the feet, gets out to the 34-yard line. Pickup of 4 yards on first down, makes it 2nd down and 6. So Southern Utah looking to get their first points of the game. Had a chance at the end of the first half, but a 36-yard field goal from Jaden Rogers didn't quite hook around, went wide right. The golfer, I've experienced that many a times before, just didn't turn the way you want it to. 2nd and 6 for Southern Utah at their own 34. 2 receivers tied to the right. Kraut again alone, this time to the left of the formation. Barron, play action, throws far side. Carr, shoestring catch on the fingers, and he catches it, gets out to the 40-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there on the RPO from Bronson Barron. The Wildcat quarterback Will Burns coming in, but that moves the sticks for Southern Utah, trailing 14-0 with just over 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Burns, the one-time Texas Tech Red Raider, transfer from Golden West College, had an exemplary debut last week. Had a 72-yard touchdown run in this sort of spot. Ball's at the 40-yard line. Thunderbirds going right to left, looking for their first points. Burns in the gun, 3 receivers to the left, fakes the toss, takes off up the middle. He's to the 40, the 45, crashes into a couple blue jerseys, out to the 46-yard line. There's the Southern Utah rushing game that we know and love. Staying ahead of the chains, which was a problem at times in the first half. Southern Utah getting positive yardage in each of their first 2 first down plays and looking to sustain a drive and get some points on the board. They're out to their own 46-yard line, trailing 14-0 with 6.5 to go here in the third quarter. Burns remains in at quarterback. Whistler, the running back, to his right. 2 receivers far side of the formation. Claps his hands. Hands off to Whistler. Runs left. Waits for a crease, and he finds one. 50, 45. Near side with a stiff arm to the 40. Shoved out of bounds. It was late. There should be a flag. There isn't, though. Down to the San Diego 37-yard line. A pickup of 17 yards for Braden Whistler. Longest run of the day for the Thunderbirds. And boy, Ruben Lopez pushed him well after he crossed the sideline. But no flag arises, though the Thunderbirds are in to San Diego territory. The Torero 37, down 14-0, 5:50 to go, third quarter. Bronson Barron back in there at quarterback. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. The running back is Josh Dye off of his left side. Fakes it to him, pressure comes, steps up, floats deep down the middle, got a man. Almost a juggling one-handed catch by Gabe Nunez. He was there for a touchdown, but it's incomplete. Ed Riley, the center, his helmet came off behind the play, which means Jelani Leva, the backup freshman, will have to come in for 1 snap as Riley gets his helmet back on. Barron, though, was lightly pressured, had to step up, reset his feet. That ball was just a little bit behind Gabe Nunez, who couldn't make the acrobatic catch. That would have been at least first and goal in the 5. Instead, it's second down and 10 at the San Diego 37. Two-back set. Quick toss near side. Out to Burns. Makes a man miss. 35-30. 25-20. Near sideline. 15. 10-5. Cyclones down to the 6-yard line. What can't he do? Taysom Hill, is that you? Rocking number 4 in white. Will Burns with the reception as a backup quarterback. Went right around Jake Higgins and scooted all the way down. It's the first goal-to-go situation for Southern Utah to the 7-yard line. What a play by the Thunderbirds' backup quarterback. In there on the RPO, Barron slung it out to him. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, down 14-0. First and goal at the Toreros 6-yard line. Josh Dye, the running back. Heavy shotgun formation. Give to Dye. Fake it over the middle. One-handed catch with the right hand. Shane Carr vacuums it in. Touchdown Thunderbirds. Southern Utah's on the board. Oh, did Southern Utah need that? Barron put it in the stomach of Josh Dye, pulled it out, and Shane Carr beat his man inside on the slant and played a little plinko with his right hand before bringing it down for a touchdown. It is Carr's first touchdown of the year. Jaden Rogers on for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick up, and it is good. 14-7 the score. Southern Utah with a response they needed. 4:46 to play here in quarter number 3. A lot of ball still to go, folks, and we will be back after this. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More after this.
This is SUU Thunderbird Athletics. Feel the energy. Live on Thunder 91.1. Streaming on KSLSports.com, YouTube, and X. Go Thunderbirds.
Looking to sharpen your skills and become a true sales professional? Check out the SU Professional Sales Program, helping students and future leaders build confidence and close deals. SUU Professional Sales, where careers in sales begin. The offense begins its scoring tonight with 4:46 to go in the third quarter. A 70-yard masterclass of offense by the Thunderbirds, capped off with a 7-yard touchdown toss from Bronson Barron to Shane Carr, who made the juggling acrobatic play in the end zone to make it 14-7. The San Diego lead cut in half. And after Southern Utah's defense was really put on their heels with the San Diego rushing attack coming out to be in the third quarter, that was a huge response for Southern Utah to get momentum in this game. As I talked about coming out of the half, it started with the rushing attack. Southern Utah had 4 yards rushing in the game entering that drive. They amassed 39. And how about the big play to Will Burns, the backup quarterback, a 33-yard pitch and catch. Delane Fitzgerald said he's one of the best athletes he has ever coached, and boy, did he show it on that play. A 72-yard touchdown run last week, a chunk play through the air, and just a simple RPO pitch out, made a man miss and darted down the sideline. And Jaden Rogers to my right at the 35 is ready to kick things off. And the Southern Utah defense will look for a stop. Runs up, boots the ball with his right foot, end over end sideways. It straightens out, and it is caught, taken out by San Diego. 5, 10, 15, just shy of the 20-yard line. What a tackle by Josh Dye on his running back counterpart, Adam Kreider, who brought it out of the end zone. So good work there by the Southern Utah special teams. And the San Diego offense will be right back on the field, completing just 2 passes on its last drive, including the touchdown. One on a third down, one on the touchdown to Matt Colombo, his first receiving touchdown of the year. But it was the rushing attack that really propelled the offense down the field for San Diego. They ran for 46 yards, and it looks like we'll get to that drive when we come back. 4:42 to go, third quarter, 14-7 our score. San Diego the lead and the ball when we return. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More after this.
This is Adam from Levitt Group Insurance. Thank you, SUU, for allowing us to be a part of this great community. We are honored to be your exclusive insurance sponsors and wish all our athletes the best this year. Levitt Group Insurance, proudly representing Auto Owners Insurance, will provide you with great rates for all your insurance needs. For more information or to get a quote, please visit us at levitt.com/SUU. From all of us at Levitt Group Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance, thanks for the opportunity to serve you.
Since 1956, Les Olson IT has been behind the scenes, powering the people and businesses that make Utah thrive. 10 years ago, we expanded into IT and became Utah's trusted managed service provider, rooted in reliability, powered by innovation. Les Olson IT, celebrating 10 years of keeping Utah connected. Les Olson IT, providing solutions that empower your business.
Les Olson IT.
When it comes to world-famous chicken strips, there's only one place, Ernie's. Proudly local, proudly supporting SU Athletics. Ernie's is the go-to spot for a great meal. Drop in today and taste why everyone loves Ernie's chicken strips. I could go for 3 right now, but I'll take a Thunderbird win first. 14-7, Toreros the lead. 4:42 to go, third quarter. San Diego first down and 10 at their own 18-yard line, going left to right in the navy blue jerseys. Southern Utah in the white, 4-man front. Nankiel stares at it, hands to Colombo, running right, and he is walloped in the backfield. Dropped for a loss, flying off the back edge. Salofi Liasiolagi just came absolutely roaring off the left side of the offensive line, unblocked, to drop Colombo for a loss on the play, maybe half a yard, but still an upgrade over what the Thunderbirds defense allowed last time they were on the field. Almost exclusively running plays. March San Diego down the field for their second touchdown. They rule it no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for San Diego at their own 18. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Nankiel in the shotgun. His right foot and left foot even with each other. Chest high snap, hands to Colombo, up the middle, not a lot doing. Stays on his feet and falls forward, but Adamski had him, and Josh Dunn finish him off up top for a gain of just a couple, and a third down opportunity for the Thunderbirds to get the ball back to the offense, who just went down the field in 7 plays, 70 yards in 3:21. San Diego so far today on third down, 6 for 9. Last year the Toreros were not good there offensively. They were just 39%. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 3rd and 7 for San Diego at their own 21. Southern Utah faithful in attendance, making what noise they can. Colombo, the running back, to the left, to Nankiel. Fakes the clap of the hands, whistle blows. Play has been stopped. And a delay of game against San Diego backs them up. Southern Utah has had their fair share of defensive gifts to the San Diego offense, and there the Toreros shoot themselves in the foot. So 3rd and 7 has become 3rd down and 12. Back to their own 16-yard line. Thunderbirds a golden opportunity to swing the momentum back in their favor here. Ball in the middle of the field. Toreros lead 14-7, less than 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Trips right, Nankiel in the shotgun. Hip high snap, looks left, looks middle, dumps it off underneath. Pass caught, flag in the backfield. Tackle made by Mikey Allen. He wrestles Peyton Smith to the ground, who is every bit of 6'4", 240 pounds. He's brought down short of the line to gain. And it would be a 4th and short, but we'll check the flag. And they have got a hold against Nick Strumpf, the left guard. Southern Utah going to take the penalty, replay 3rd down, rather than have it be 4th and what looked like it would have been a yard or 2. But the Toreros are now backed up inside their own 10-yard line. Ball is on the 8 with 2:40 to go in the third quarter. San Diego leads Southern Utah 14-7. Southern Utah looking to force a 3-and-out and get the ball back to their offense to try and tie the game. Trips right. Fernand killing the gun. One receiver to the left. And he just hands it off. A run to the left side does not get enough out to the 15-yard line. If that, a gain of 7, 4th and 13. And a good accepted penalty there by Delane Fitzgerald to go for 3rd and long, as the Toreros now forced to punt. And we will hear from Aiden Corrales once again. Has already had a couple of solid boots here in the game. An average of just 31.7 and a long of 35. Gabe Nunez is to my right at his own 44-yard line. Corrales heels on the goal line on the far hash mark. Hip high snap, takes it, gets away a good booming punt. Nunez, left hand, fair catch, and he makes it at his own 40-yard line. Boy, that's a heck of a boot on the part of Aiden Corrales to flip the field, but still good field position for the Southern Utah offense. They will have it on the plus side, on their own side of midfield. But they will have it at their own 40-yard line. The offense right out, no break here in the third quarter. 1:40 to go in quarter number 3. Southern Utah trails 14-7. And for the first time here in the second half, driving to try and take the lead. 1st and 10 for Southern Utah at their own 40. One receiver right, Fairchild the lone receiver to the left. Rand Sawyer is the running back with Will Burns, who pulls it out on the quarterback keeper up the middle of the field. He is snared around the ankles, falls forward out to the 44-yard line. Not a generous spot, still a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Will Burns, such a weapon. Bronson Barron last week said he loves having a guy like that behind him who's got a different skill set and can just come in and make plays for this offense, and he has certainly done that here tonight. 2nd and 6 for Southern Utah at their own 44. Same formation. This time Josh Dye is the running back. Burns claps his hands, hands the Die, who runs right, scampers through, squeaks out the right side at the hash mark, out close to midfield. Another bad spot. It's down at the 49-yard line. 3rd down and a yard for Southern Utah. Burns remains in there at quarterback. Oh, and now a San Diego player goes down right as the official was spotting the ball. David Locke, the linebacker, Delane Fitzgerald has his hands in the air, and the rule to prevent faking injuries is if you go down before the ball is spotted, if you are down before the ball is spotted, then your team is not charged a timeout. But San Diego isn't being charged that because the official at midfield was just standing there holding the ball, giving the Toreros an opportunity to go down, which Locke did well after the play, but before the ball got spotted. Delane Fitzgerald frustrated. He is absolutely in the right based on where I'm standing, and I can tell you I've got a pretty good vantage point, binoculars or not, here at the San Diego football field. I mean, goodness gracious, that was as clear cut, and shockingly, David Locke gets up and walks over to the sideline under his own power. I couldn't have seen that one coming. Just a complete and total stunner. 47 seconds to go, third quarter, 14-7. Southern Utah trails San Diego. 3rd down and 1 at their own 49. Going right to left, ball on the far hash. Bronson Barron back in the game at quarterback. 2 receivers to the left, 2 tight ends on that end of the formation. Hand to Josh Dye up the middle, and he plows forward, gets to midfield, falls forward. He's got the 1st down. Did not need much, got a yard and just a little bit with 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Southern Utah moves the chains. See if the Thunderbirds run another play. They don't have to if they want to let this go to the fourth quarter. They're huddled right now, the 45. Line of scrimmage is the 50. 10 on the game clock. 22 seconds on the play clock. Game clock is down to 6, 5. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 2 men in motion. Barron does take the snap, fakes the handoff, throws on the slant, deflected, incomplete, falls short of Shane Carr, and that is how the third quarter comes to a close. Southern Utah won't have to walk far. They have the ball at midfield when we come back, trailing the Toreros 14-7, looking for a fourth quarter storm when we return in San Diego. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, and presented by Intermountain Health. We are back with the final 15 minutes after this.
Kabuto's, St. George's #1 sushi and ramen bar. Student specials available Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure and give them a follow on social media at Kabuto Utah for weekly giveaways and local events.
Thunderbird fans, the fourth quarter is presented by Zions Bank. From personal checking to business solutions, Zions has been helping Utah families and businesses for generations. Stop by your Cedar City branch and see how Zions Bank can help you today. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. Southern Utah looking to keep the offense in business with the fourth quarter set to begin. Spencer McLaughlin with you here in San Diego. Pitch black sky, beautiful night for football. Pleasant temperature, not too many jackets on. 14-7 is the score. Southern Utah trailing San Diego, but with the ball at midfield. They'll go left to right here in quarter number 4. Looking to improve to 3-0 all-time against the Toreros. These two programs meeting for the first time since 2010, long before either of these head coaches, Brandon Moore and Delane Fitzgerald, had been hired to their current positions. Coach Fitz in year 4 has done a remarkable job. Back-to-back winning seasons for Southern Utah the last 2 years. A program that had gone 1-10 the season prior to his arrival has suddenly become a team people look at as a legitimate contender in the UAC and as a potential playoff school this year as well. But games like this can prove to be the difference. Last year at Idaho State, Southern Utah did not get off to a good start, wound up losing the game, and likely missed the playoffs by just 1 game. And similar today, long bus trip, a slow start in the first half. The offense not able to get going. The defense has been there, but it's on the offense to get Southern Utah back into this ball game. First play of the fourth quarter. Here we go. 2nd and 10 for Southern Utah at midfield. Going left to right, 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. That is left. And they motion a tight end to the right side of the formation. Hand off to Dye, running right, looking for the edge. He turns it up. He's the 45, tiptoes at the 40, bounces off a defender, 35, 30, lunges forward with a ball tucked under his right shoulder pad, all the way down to the 26-yard line. They say he stepped out closer to the 30, but Josh Dye outgains his total for the day on that one rush, 20 yards for the UTEP transfer, and Southern Utah is in business, down a touchdown. A good start to the fourth quarter here for the Thunderbirds. Just a nice power play off the right side, and Josh Dye, such remarkable speed and balance, and they put Will Burns, the Wildcat quarterback, in the backfield with Bronson Barron and Braden Whistler. They both flex out to the left side. Barron's alone in the gun. 3 left, 2 to the right. Chest high snap, back to throw, looks right, zips a laser over the middle, little behind. It's caught down to the ground. Fairchild at the 14-yard line. Pickup of 16 yards. The Thunderbirds are on the move. Bronson Barron with his best throw of the night, his 12th completion. Southern Utah down 14-7. Just over a minute gone by here in the fourth quarter. Is 1st and 10 at the San Diego 16-yard line. Boy, what a day it has been for Jack Fairchild. Had a great catch, called back because of review in the first half, but holds on to that one. Whistler is the running back. He's got a couple of lead blockers. He bounces off and maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's what they mark him as, having gotten back to. First contact made by Nate Fisher, the team's leading tackler for San Diego this year. 2nd down and 10 upcoming for this Southern Utah offense.
No gain. 2nd and 10.
Bronson Barron so far today, 12 of 18, 149 yards and the touchdown to Shane Carr back in the 3rd quarter. 2 tight ends on the right end of the formation. One of them, Hayden George. 2 receivers to the left. Dye is the running back. Barron, right foot in front of the left. Fakes the handoff. Looks to throw. Pressure comes. Pump fakes and goes down to the ground at the 15-yard line. That'll go down as a team sack. No one really hit him, but Barron just trying to protect the ball, and suddenly this has gone from 1st and 10 at the 14 to now 3rd and 11 at the 15-yard line. 12:35 to go and counting in this 4th quarter. Southern Utah down a touchdown. Certainly any sort of points would be welcome, but the Thunderbirds would have loved to capitalize on what has been a good drive and tie the game. 3 receivers left. Inside out, it's Nunez, Carr, and Fairchild. Dye is the running back. Barron takes the snap, looking that way, throws down the middle of the field, back shoulder incomplete, contact, no flag. Carr was knocked down. Good coverage there by Jake Higgins. There was certainly a little bit of a nudge, but not enough to warrant the flag, and Jaden Rogers will come on from almost the exact spot he missed earlier to end the first half. That was a 36-yarder from the right hash going in this direction. This is a 32-yarder from the right hash, kicking to my right. Elias Vigil to hold, Gavin Lipkin the snap. Snap, hold, kick is up, plenty of distance. That one looks good, and it is perfect. Jaden Rogers with a 32-yard field goal to pull Southern Utah within 4. 14-10 the score, 12:09 to go in the ball game. That is a big outcome for Southern Utah to at least get points. Timeout on the field. Southern Utah charging their way back into this, down 14-10, 12:09 to go, 4th quarter. We're back in San Diego after this. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, brought to you by Intermountain Health.
When it comes to smiles, Thunderbird fans know who to trust: Webster Orthodontics, the preferred orthodontist of SUU Athletics. They're the reason Thor the Thunderbird has that beautiful game day grin, and they can do the same for you. Whether it's braces or Invisalign, Webster Ortho provides personalized care and outstanding results, proudly supporting SUU Athletics and our community. Visit WebsterSmiles.com today to schedule your consultation. Webster Orthodontics. Show off that Thunderbird smile. Ernie's is more than just a gas stop. It's your one-stop spot for fuel, fresh food, and friendly service. With locations across Southern Utah, including one right here in Cedar City, Ernie's makes it easy to fill up and fuel up. Don't forget, Ernie's is home of the world-famous chicken strips, a local favorite that keeps fans coming back. Proudly supporting SUU Athletics and proudly serving our community. Stop by Ernie's in Cedar City today.
Are you craving sushi or ramen? I'd crave anything right about now at this hour, and sushi sounds fantastic. Kabuto in Cedar City has you covered with fresh flavors, unbeatable student specials. Don't miss that, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Head in today. Kabuto, your go-to for sushi, ramen, and more. 12:09 to play, 4th quarter. Southern Utah on the board after a 32-yard Jaden Rogers field goal cuts the San Diego lead to 14-10. Thunderbirds have scored the last 10 points in the ball game. They will need more to get off to a 2-0 start here in this 2025 season that has plenty of warranted hopes and expectations. Rogers to my left, runs up, boots the ball with his right foot from the 35-yard line, end over end. Kreider calls for the fair catch, pins it against his left shoulder pad on the far side of the field, and that will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. San Diego's first drive of the second half chewed up over 6 minutes of clock, had just 2 completed passes, and resulted in 7 points. The drive that followed resulted in 0 first downs, and the Toreros actually going backwards before a punt that led to the preceding or the following, I should say, Southern Utah drive that preceded this one that led to 3 points. 12:09 to go, fourth quarter, 14-10. San Diego the lead and the ball going right to left in the navy blue jerseys, Southern Utah in white. 1st and 10 for the Toreros at their own 25-yard line. 4-man front. Nankeel rolls out to the right off play action, throws with the right arm down the field, and it is caught. A tumbling catch going down to the ground is made out there by Cole Monick, his 2nd catch of the evening, and a chunk passing play out beyond the 40-yard line there as San Diego offensive coordinator Nick Fulton goes play action on 1st and 10. And that's a pickup of 18 yards to move the sticks. San Diego by 4. They lead with 11:40 to go here in the ball game. Now one of the better throws we have seen from Dom Nankeel all evening long. 1st and 10 his own 43. 2 receivers to the left. Colombo's the running back, offset his left hip. He gets the carry, runs right, dances in the lane, slivers through, dragging Josh Dunn, who has his right ankle wrapped up across midfield to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 6 yards on 1st down, and that is what this San Diego offense has been doing to Southern Utah all night long, just running the ball. They are up to 178 yards on the ground as a team, are the Toreros, who a year ago ran for just 128 per game on the ground. 11 minutes to go in the game, 14-10. San Diego leads. 2nd down and 4 at the Southern Utah 49, going right to left, ball in the far hash. 4-man front for Southern Utah. 1 man in the backfield to the right of Nankeel. He drops back to throw, throws it deep down the near side. 1-on-1, incomplete, no flag. Again, the intended target, that man Cole Monick, but Cam Roca stride for stride. A one-time Sac State transfer didn't let him get any separation there. Was certainly a bit of contact. I have seen less called for interference before, but Southern Utah gets away with it. So it is 3rd down and 2. I believe I said 2nd and 4 previously. I misspoke on the 1st down gain. 3rd down and 2 at the SUU 49. Colombo the running back, Nankeel the quarterback, helmet high snap, pulls it out over the right edge, he's got a lane, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, far hash mark, 15, 10-5, veers back to the middle of the field, puts the ball in his right hand, crosses the goal line for a 49-yard touchdown run, and San Diego is back in front by 2 possessions. Both touchdown runs for Dom Nankeel tonight have come on 3rd down. 1 of 10 yards on a scramble, 1 of 49 yards. Right there on a design read option, he pulled it out. There was nobody home. And he is a phenomenal athlete. Extra point up and good off the right foot of Emiliano Salazar. So Southern Utah is back up against it once more, trailing 21-10 with 10:33 to go here in the game. We'll be back after this. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health.
At Cache Valley Bank, we value our heritage and the history we've built within our communities. With over 45 years of experience behind us, we are confident in our ability to equip our customers with the necessary tools and expertise to navigate their financial journey. Whether you are ready to expand your existing business, embark on a new business venture, or are seeking better personal banking, let us help you reach new heights. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await.
Firehouse Subs is proud to support our local first responders and proud to be a sponsor of SU Athletics, and they have great sandwiches. Stop by today for a hook and ladder sub piled high and served hot. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Not what Southern Utah needed on the last drive. A 3rd and 2 results in a 49-yard touchdown scamper from Don Nankeel, and that extends the lead to 21-10 for the Toreros. They quickly answer the Southern Utah field goal. Thunderbirds had scored the previous 10 straight points in the game, but unfortunately, still with time to go in this one, trail by 2 possessions once again. And I mean, 10:33 is a lot of football, but you certainly feel like at least some type of points have to show up on this drive for Southern Utah. Reminder for those watching on YouTube, if you want your comments to be a part of the broadcast, drop it below, and Naki, the man behind the curtain, will make it happen. Salazar from my right, ball teed up near hash, 35-yard line, boots it with his right foot. End over end, straightens out, caught by Josh Dye inside the 5-yard line. He's to the 10, 15, 20, has a lane up the middle, penalty flag flies, hurdles a man, 30 to the 35, 40, caught from behind at his ankles to the 42-yard line. Heck of a stop there made by Thomas Nunez, backup defensive back for the Toreros, or Josh Dye might have found the end zone there. There is a flag down. We'll check and see if that is against Southern Utah on the return. Certainly looks like it's in the area of holding. It is against Southern Utah. It's a hold. And so that'll back up the Thunderbirds. Instead of being out beyond the 40-yard line, they will be back to their own. Looks like they're spotting it at the 17, trailing 21-10 on the road with 10:26 to go here in the 4th and final quarter of play. First meeting between these programs since 2010. Thunderbirds looking to improve to 3-0 all-time against the Toreros, who are seeking their first win of the year. 1st and 10 for Barron, 3 receivers to the left. He hands it off to Josh Dye, who bolts forward across the 20. Oh, did the ball come out? Boy, San Diego's acting like they're on top of the football. If they are, this is a bad outcome for the Thunderbirds. They're still unpiling bodies, blue and white jerseys. It certainly came out. And it is San Diego football. 2nd straight week a Thunderbird running back has fumbled. And now the defense simply has to hold the Toreros to a field goal here, or this might be too tall of a mountain to climb. 10:17 to go in the game. 21-10, San Diego the lead, and the ball they take over at the Southern Utah 20-yard line. Josh Dye, who was starting to get into a real rhythm with that 20-yard scamper on the previous drive that saw Southern Utah get 3 points, now unfortunately puts his defense right back on the field. San Diego, a proud defensive program. They recovered 8 fumbles last year. They have their first of the season. 1st and 10 at the SU 20. Handoff to Colombo. He runs left, bounces out to the left side. 20, 15 at the 10. Stiff arms a man, ridden out of bounds. 1st and goal to go for the Toreros. Boy, just an easy handoff outside. He picks up 12 yards, they'll say. And that is going to give a goal to go situation here for the Toreros, who already lead by 11 with less than 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Boy, Southern Utah could use a turnover in this spot, but at the very least, you got to hold to 3. Trips right, 1st and goal. This Southern Utah 8. Nankeel in the shotgun, fakes it, keeps around the left side. Josh Dunn is there to string out the play, slides down at, I think, around the 9-yard line, so maybe loss of a yard there on the play. Josh Dunn will get credit for the TFL preseason All-UAC 2nd team selection. So good job sniffing out the quarterback keeper on the zone read. Loss of a yard, 2nd down and goal at the 9. 9:15 and counting to go here in the game. Got to hold to 3. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Nankeel meanders up 1 yard close to his offensive linemen, who stand up for a moment, then back out. Nankeel claps his hands, fakes the handoff, pitch to Colombo, runs to the left, cuts it up, and he is stopped. Jacoby Spence had the initial stop, got some help from Cade Bowering as well. Pickup of 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. They've spotted him at the 6, so a pickup of 3. 3rd down and goal at the 6, and the play of the game right here for Southern Utah. This has simply got to be a stop and a hold to 3 points. With 8:25 to go, down 21-10. 3rd and goal from the 6. Trips right for Nankiel in the gun. Claps his hands. Hit high snap. Throws on the slant. Batted up in the air. Falls down incomplete. Great break on the ball that time by Lincoln Tuioti. Mariner read the slant coming all the way, and the Southern Utah defense does their job. A field goal try on the way here for the Toreros. Boy, what a huge sequence there to keep it a 2-possession game. Salazar was 1 of 2 on field goals last week. He made from 35, and he is lining up, kicking to my left from the left hash. This is a 24-yard attempt. Snap, hold, kick is up. Plenty of distance right down the middle. It's good. San Diego extends the lead 24-10, but it could have been worse. 8:14 to go here in quarter number 4. Southern Utah to receive the kickoff when we get back. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health.
When you're ready to sell your home, doesn't it make sense to hire a seasoned professional? I'm Jennifer Davis from ERA Realty Center. With my 25 years of experience, I can see around the corner for problems or opportunities that a less experienced agent may miss. And my extensive list of buyers will mean a shorter time on the market and more dollars for you at closing. For a free consultation, call me at 586-9775 or go to buyincedar.com. I'm Jennifer Davis. Put my experience to work for you.
Just like your favorite team brings the action, Pioneer Floor Coverings brings it home. With winning floors for every style and budget, we've got the game changers. Carpet for comfort, LVP for durability, hardwood for that all-star look. Locally owned and trusted across Southern Utah, Pioneer Floor Coverings delivers championship service at unbeatable prices. Swing by our showrooms in Cedar City or St. George, or score big now at pioneerfloor.com. Pioneer Floor Coverings, bring home the win!
Burgers, golden fries, crispy tots, creamy hand-spun shakes, and ice-cold soda. Which one of those don't you want? I'm killing Naki over here because he's obviously starving. Whomst amongst us isn't at the moment at this hour. All of those sound good, and all of those can be gotten at Cedar Shakes. Come taste the smash burgers everyone is talking about. Cedar Shakes, stop by today and taste the difference. Yeah, tots and a shake sound pretty great right now. You dip the tots in the shake. You got hot and salty, you got cold and sweet. Naki cannot stand me right now. My powers of description are overpowering his ability to ignore his stomach. San Diego to kick off with a 14-point lead, 8:14 to go in the 4th quarter. Salazar to my right, ball to 35, pooch kick to the far side of the field. It is caught by Southern Utah, up man, fielded out to the 30, to the 35, far side, mini convoy beyond the 40. Great starting field position for Southern Utah. Not really sure why San Diego went with that, as Southern Utah hasn't had a kick return that has gone beyond the 30-yard line today, but Thunderbirds will take it. Trailing by 14 with 8 minutes and 8 seconds to go here on the game clock. 4th-year head coach Delane Fitzgerald looking for one of those ferocious comebacks his teams have pulled off more than a couple times. 2 years ago at Tarleton, trailing, I believe it was 20-0 at one point on the road, came back to win that game with a late scoop and score. We'll go to Tarleton later this year, but focus on San Diego at the moment at the 47-yard line for Southern Utah. 1st and 10, Barron in the gun. Fakes the handoff to Whistler, pump fakes, throws low, shoestring catch. Nunez lost the ball as he goes down. They say incomplete, which is the correct call. The official on the near side was indicating that Nunez caught that and recovered the fumble, and I'll have whatever he was having if he thought that was the case on that play. 2nd and 10, 8:02 to go in the fourth quarter. Clock stops on the incompletion. Southern Utah is at their own 47-yard line, trailing 24-10. Trips right for Bronson Barron in the shotgun. No receivers to the left. One tight end on that side of the formation, though. That's Hayden George. Barron claps his hands off to Whistler, runs left, looks for a lane, cuts upfield, and he is stuffed. Nowhere to go. River Abneroth made the stop for San Diego, and no gain on the play. Whistler in there after the Josh Dye fumble on the last possession. And suddenly it is 3rd down and 10 in what might be 4-down territory with Southern Utah down 2 touchdowns, 7.5 to go in the fourth quarter. 2 receivers right. Shane Carr alone, the boundary receiver to the left. Barron in the shotgun, right foot in front of the left. Motions in Nunez, takes the snap, looks to throw, sets, fires deep down the field on the dig route, almost intercepted, incomplete. Diving effort by Ezekiel Swain, the senior from Fresno, California. And it brings up a 4th down and 10. He was looking for Nunez on the dig, but overshot the mark. And the offense is staying out there for the Thunderbirds. You understand, oh, is this a late decision? No, this is a late change. The punting unit is coming on 4th down and 10. Wonder if something isn't on here. Rand Sawyer is at the bottom of the formation. Has played on special teams this year. Elias Vigil on to punt at his own 32. He takes it, moves to the right, plenty of room, gets away a good driving spiral, lands inside the 10, bounces inside the 5, checks up, and is down at the 4-yard line. A 49-yard beauty by Elias Vigil, his longest of the year, and it downs the Toreros inside the 5 with 7:12 to go in the ball game. 24-10 San Diego lead, and the Southern Utah defense looking for a quick 3-and-out. Thunderbirds, after their performance against Idaho State last week, come into this game ranked 24th in the country, getting recognition they sorely deserve, but have not put out a performance that they were looking for in their first road contest of the season. Toreros back at their own 4, 1st and 10. 2 receivers stacked each way for Nan Keel. Colombo, the running back, to his left. He's in the shotgun. Inside his own end zone. Hands it off. Colombo up the middle. He's got a seam. 15 to the 20. 25, cuts back 30. 35, middle of the field. Dragged down at the 40-yard line. Sebastian Adamski got him after a 36-yard scamper. Wasn't anything fancy, but a hole opened up, and the one-time USC Trojan hit it for a big gain, weaving and meandering his way through the Southern Utah secondary. 6:40 to go, 24-10 San Diego lead with the ball. And boy, after a beautiful punt by Vigil, that is the exact worst thing that could have happened for Southern Utah. Same formation, 1st and 10 at their own 40, same play, this time a different result. And Colombo is able to parachute down to the turf forward for 3 yards after scampering through the right side. Going right behind that right guard, Jack D'Ambra, that opened up the hole in the previous play. 2nd down and 7 at the 43, 6:10 to go, 24-10. San Diego lead and the ball. Slow start in the first half, had Southern Utah down 7-0 at the break. Offense has come alive in the second, but the defense has not been able to sustain what it did in the first. 2nd and 7, trips right, offset bunch. And Keel hands it off, and Colombo is wrapped up in the backfield by Leah Ciolagi. Timeout Southern Utah with 5:46 to go. 3rd down and long is upcoming. They say loss of a yard on the play, so the Hancock College transfer makes it 3rd down and 8. And this, I've watched a lot of college football in my day, so far be it from me to say that this is the ball game. But in the grand scheme of things, to give yourself the best chance, you've got to be able to get off the field right here. Certainly San Diego's not in a position on their own side of the field where they would go for it. And with 5:46 to go, this just has to be a stop. And then the Southern Utah offense has to kick it into high gear. But John Kelling's defense must deliver first. .46 to play. 4-man front for Southern Utah. 2 receivers right for Nankiel. 1 to the left, that's Heverly. We haven't called his name in the second half. That's his leading man. Colombo, the running back. 1 tight end to the right of the formation. 3rd down and 8 from their own 42. Nankiel to the right, throws low right, incomplete. It skips on the turf. Clock stops with 5:41 to go. He sprinted to the right, had a man, but couldn't hit him. And that brings on the punting unit. Gabe Nunez trots back out onto the field inside his own 20-yard line. And again, we see Aiden Corrales. Has not had a real boomer yet tonight. His career long is 61. One-time Troy Trojan back inside his own 30. Low snap, collects it, gets it away. Wobbling spiral. Nunez makes the catch. No fair catch, though. Jets upfield at the 25. He gets to the 26-yard line. So Southern Utah has decent field position. After Nunez is brought down, 5:32 to play, 24-10. Southern Utah trails. Boy, they would need quite the finish to this game. Still, though, with 2 timeouts, the Thunderbirds and the 2-minute timeout. There is certainly time, but it has to be now. 2 receivers in tight, left and right for Bronson Barron in the gun. Whistler, the running back, to his right. Flares him out to the left side. Barron looks right, quick throw. Kraut wide open, helmet high catch with 2 hands, and he steps out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's a first down. And a nice, easy pitch and catch there for the Thunderbirds, who want to quickly reset the chains. Well, the ball gets tossed in, and it went off the back of Jaden Williams, the San Diego defensive lineman, and is costing Southern Utah 5 seconds here. 1st and 10 at their own 35, going left to right. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Whistler again motions out of the backfield. Barron again looks right, quick throw, incomplete. Boy, he was going towards Anson Kraut, and had it been on target, Jake Higgins would have waltzed into the end zone with a pick 6. That was stared down all the way, and the senior corner, who had 2 TFLs and a sack last week, has been active today as well for the Toreros and was all over that one. So the incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10 for Southern Utah at their own 35, going left to right, ball on the near hash, trailing 24-10, 5:03 to go, 4th quarter. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Barron back to throw, has time, clean pocket, zips it down the middle behind Kraut. He hauls it in behind him, trapping it on his right breastplate, and he gets all the way to the 49-yard line of San Diego. Pickup of 16 yards. That again moves the sticks. Kraut didn't have any catches last week. He's had 3 so far today. 1st and 10 at the Torero 49. Barron playing quickly. Clean pocket again, steps up, collapses, pressure from behind, throws over the head of Nunez on the far side, incomplete. He had Swain bearing down on him if he had made the catch. Incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. 4:33 to play, 24-10 Southern Utah trails. And they have sent Chance Arbon, the junior from Moab, Utah, who hasn't played the last couple of seasons, into the game at wide receiver in this spot. We have not called his name yet tonight. At the Torero 49-yard line. 1 receiver left, that's Fairchild. 2 to the right, Nunez and Arbon. Josh Dye motions out of the backfield to the far side. Barron to throw, dumps it off to Nunez. Over the middle on the drag, bounces off 1 tackle and is able to sneak forward to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 5, 3rd down and 5, 4:20 to go in the game, trailing by 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. Southern Utah certainly in 4-down territory here. Field goal does you no good. One receiver left, two to the right. Barron in the gun. Claps his hands, has the snap, looks right, looks, throws. Nunez, the catch, turns up the middle of the field, spins off a man at the 40, still on his feet, swiveling his way through the defense. Looks like he has the first down, got to the 38-yard line. He did. What a move by Nunez, who caught it 2 or 3 yards short of the sticks and just weaved his way through blue jerseys to move the chains to the 39-yard line of San Diego. Barron looks right, comes back to the left, looking deep down the field, throws on the crossing route. It's at the feet of Arbonne, incomplete. Barron was lit up by Jaden Williams as he let that go. That forced a low throw. Clock stops with 3:37 to go. 24-10. Southern Utah trails on the move here, in need of a touchdown. Last week, such a phenomenal game one at home. Hot start for Southern Utah. Today on the road, polar opposite sort of game. The Southern Utah offense scoreless in the first half and trying for a late dramatic surge at the Torero 39-yard line. They go trips left. Barron in the gun. Whistler is the running back to his right. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Looks over the middle. There's Shane Carr with a chest-high catch and 2 hands on the white gloves. He gets to the 30-yard line. He is sandwiched by Trey Moore and Jake Higgins, but he moves the chains down to the 29-yard line. Another gain of 10. 3:20 to go on the game clock here in the fourth quarter. 2 receivers right. Barron takes the snap. Looks to throw underneath. There's crowd on the near sideline. 25 turns it up, lowers the shoulder, and he's popped out of bounds by Swain. He's close to the line to gain. Don't think he quite got there, but he does get out to stop the clock. Oh no, Shane Carr, wide receiver for the Thunderbirds, hobbling off to the sideline, grabbing his left leg. Oh, and there is a penalty flag down. I missed that. Davion Martinez whistled for I think they got Cy Candielli, the left tackle, for a hold. So that negates an 8-yard gain, and Southern Utah now stares at a first down and 20 back to the Torero 39-yard line with 3:10 to go. Boy, that is a killer.
Back to the penalty.
Southern Utah has to get it back. Clock is running once again, down by 14 points. 3 bunched in tight to the left. Fairchild, the lone receiver, to the right. Barron, right foot in front of the left. Hands chest high, outstretched, takes the snap, which was a little to his left, stands in the pocket, has time, rolls to the right, has some room, looks downfield, floats for Arbonne. He catches with 2 hands. He toe taps the feet on the sideline, and they say he is inbounds at the 13-yard line. Huge chunk play there for the Thunderbirds, a pickup of 16 yards. Or check that, 26 yards. Bronson Barron threw an absolute dime, and Arbonne with the first catch of his career in a big spot to the Torero 13. Barron looks to throw, looks, running out of time, rolls to the right, slings it to the near side. It is caught. Is he in bounds? No. They say George couldn't get the feet down. Boy, how did that get by the swipe of the right hand from Trey Sena Ortega, who was draped on the Thunderbirds tight end, and somehow, some way, Hayden George caught the ball. But he did not get a foot down. So it is 2nd and 10 at the Torero 13-yard line, trailing 24-10. Southern Utah has the ball with 2:25 to go. Have to have a touchdown here, and boy, you'd love to do it on this side of the 2-minute timeout. 3 receivers bunched in tight to the right. Arbonne, the lone receiver, to the left. And a timeout is taken here, I believe, by San Diego, and indeed it is. So Brandon Moore takes time to talk things over, make sure that everything goes according to plan. Boy, just not the day Southern Utah envisioned, not the position they thought they'd be in. They have conceded 281 yards on the ground today. San Diego, as a team last year, ran for just 151. Last week in their loss against Cal Poly, they ran for just 134. And Southern Utah conceded just 143 yards per game on the ground last season. And last week, their run defense was dynamite against Idaho State, just 23 rushing yards. Domna Nkeel has picked that up on his 2nd touchdown run alone, exceeded it. 2:25 to go, fourth quarter, 24-10. Southern Utah trailing San Diego. here in the Sunshine City, or a Sunshine City in the state, I should say. 2nd down and 10 at the 13 of the Toreros. Nunez goes in motion. Barron fakes the handoff, lays it over the middle. It is caught. Anson Kraut with a knee-high snare for a touchdown. There is a penalty flag down on the far side of the field. I think this is going against San Diego, and Anson Kraut, who caught 1 touchdown back in 2023 in that comeback against Tarleton. That's the only one of his career until now. A 13-yard, perfectly layered strike from Bronson Barron. It was good coverage, but Kraut had inside leverage. Barron dropped the ball right underneath, and he holds on, turning over to keep the ball off the ground. Rogers on for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. 24-17, 2:20 to go. Southern Utah has 2 timeouts and still the 2-minute timeout in their back pocket as well. This game far from over, folks. Thunderbirds trying to get this into overtime, but the defense will have to come up with a stop. Make sure you stick around for the post game as well. We'll, of course, bring you the final score. We'll have our player of the game and our play of the game. Might that be it right there, as Kraut hauled in the 13-yard touchdown from Bronson Barron. He was so big on the drive. A career day for Anson Kraut. 4 catches, 45 yards, and the touchdown. He had 2 catches for 29 yards all of last season. Has surpassed that here tonight. San Diego's prepared for the onside kick. Takahashi is the only man deep. All 10 other Toreros are up near the 45-yard line. Southern Utah is not indicating onside kick at the moment. Jaden Rogers has 5 players to the left of him, 5 players to the right of him. Ball's teed up at the 35-yard line, kicking left to right on the far hash. He runs up and he boots it deep. So this will be a touchback as it lands in the end zone. And the Southern Utah defense, this is the moment to try and give the offense another chance to tie this game. Southern Utah has had their opportunities, and the defense that was so great in the first half has regressed a little in the second, giving up a couple of key drives that have followed Southern Utah scores, and now following the latest touchdown, Southern Utah hoping to flip that script. Ball at the 25-yard line. Toreros go right to left. Far hash. 2 receivers stacked right. 2 wide to the left. Colombo, the running back with Nankiel, claps his hands, has the snap, hands off, running right. Not a lot doing, but he sneaks forward and drags a couple of white jerseys forward for 3 yards. Delane Fitzgerald calls a timeout with 2:12 to go on the game clock. 24-17 the score. Not the worst outcome for Southern Utah in the first play of this drive, but it certainly has to be here. You give up a first down, the game likely over. It's a 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Toreros at their own 28-yard line. Delane Fitzgerald talked about focus being such a big part of how they were going to win this game, and in no moment is that more true than right now. Cannot afford any sort of missed assignment, any sort of penalty. Have to make the Toreros earn it, and sound assignment football is the key to giving Southern Utah a chance to tie the game and potentially start the year 2-0. Otherwise, they'd suffer their first loss of the year. 2:12 to play. Toreros at their own 28-yard line. 2nd down and 7. 2 receivers left. Nankiel in the gun, handoff. Colombo looks for room to the right, and he is swallowed up. No gain on the play. Delane Fitzgerald takes his final time out of the game. 2:06 to go in the 4th quarter, and the 2-minute timeout is looming, and the play of the game is right here, right now. The biggest play since the last play of the game. A stop here. San Diego likely would punt, depending on how close they get to. I can't imagine even on a 4th and short they would risk going for it. But this is a 3rd down and 7. San Diego tonight on 3rd down, 7 of 13. They are 1 for their last 4 on the money down. And John Kelling's defense needs 1 stop to give Bronson Barron a chance. 2:06 to play, 7-point affair. At the 28-yard line of the Toreros, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Thunderbird faithful making noise. They hand it off up the middle. Colombo is swallowed up behind the line. Sebastian Adamski breaks through with a big play for the 2nd straight week. And the Thunderbird offense will have a chance with 2 minutes to go. We hit the 2-minute timeout. Toreros punting after a loss of 3 on the play when we come back. Oh, what a ball game we've got in store in San Diego. 24-17. San Diego the lead for now. Southern Utah just needs 1 solid punt return when we get back. This is the SU Thunderbird Football Radio Network, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group and Auto Owners Insurance broadcast booth, presented by Intermountain Health. More SU football after the break.
With food that's made from scratch and fresh to order, Hermes Drive-In has options that every member of your family will enjoy. From your favorite burgers and fries to sandwiches, drinks, shakes, and more. Hermes is centrally located and easy to find at 294 North Main Street, just north of the City Park. Serving you and our community for more than 45 years, Hermes Drive-In is a proud sponsor of our students and athletes.
You want a job that makes a difference in the world. So join the Chrysalis team. Chrysalis is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we have flexible schedules for everyone. College student? No problem. Extra job? You got it. But what if you're looking for a career path? Absolutely. Chrysalis has mornings, days, and grave shifts available. Get paid to have fun, go to movies, share your talents, and make a difference. At Chrysalis, you are a mentor, a teacher, and a friend. Apply online at chrysalis.care.
Welcome back to San Diego. Spencer McLaughlin on hand, and even 2 minutes on the clock. The Thunderbirds defense on 3 straight rushing plays yields 0 yards to this Toreros offense that has run for 281 yards so far tonight. And there is a punt upcoming, and presuming Gabe Nunez holds on to the football, the Southern Utah offense will have a chance to tie the game. Aiden Corrales is back to punt from right to left, far side of the field. His feet on the hash marks at the 10-yard line. Nunez back at his own 30 to my left. The long snapper, Carter Shupper. Snaps it back, chest high, it's perfect. Kick is away, tumbling kick. Nunez chance for a return, catches it at the 35. He's to the 40, cuts it out. 45, veers to the near sideline, stiff arm with the left hand. He is ridden out of bounds into the bench at the 46 or 7 yard line by Trey Moore, the defensive back. A 12-yard punt return for Gabe Nunez. And suddenly the Thunderbirds offense has good field position and plenty of time, but no timeouts. 1:48 to go in the 4th quarter. San Diego 24, Southern Utah 17. Bronson Barron, who came back after missing most of last season with an injury to be the starting quarterback, for moments like this. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. 1st and 10 for Southern Utah at their own 48-yard line. Barron in the gun, Whistler off his right hip. Chest high snap, blitz comes. He steps up and he is engulfed, and down he goes. Southern Utah's sideline imploring the team to get back. Time coming off the clock, 1:35 to go and ticking. There's a Torero down on the field. It is Malachi Cooper, the hometown kid, and he was down well before the ball got spotted, so the clock stops. Boy, a critical start to this drive. A loss of 6 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 16. But Southern Utah, with no timeouts, is getting one here because of the injury to Malachi Cooper and the injury timeout. They're working on his right leg. Barron has been sacked 3 times tonight. Defensive coordinators Mike McGlinchey and Isaac Carter brought the house. That was cover 0, and Bronson Barron could not get rid of the ball. Thankfully, he held on to the ball as Cooper is helped off by the coaching staff. Over to the sideline, walking gingerly on that right leg. Looks to be okay. But boy, Southern Utah going backwards. Still time. Have to have a touchdown. 1:22 to play, trailing 24-17. But a chance to regroup there after the first play. Shane Carr back into the game, was being helped by the training staff earlier. He's at the bottom of the formation, lone receiver to the boundary for Southern Utah. 2nd and 16 at their own 42-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. The SU coaching staff is pointing at the clock, and they have reset the clock to 1 minute and 36 seconds. So Southern Utah gets some time back there, sorted out after the injury. Barron in the shotgun, takes the snap, clean pocket, steps up, looks down the field, looks, checks it down, pass is caught. That's George. He's to the 50, to the 45-yard line. Might have the 44. They put it at the 45-yard line. 15 yards there for the Thunderbirds tight end. It is 3rd down and 3 yards to go. Now check that, 13 yards to make it 3rd down and 3. Barron to throw from the shotgun, looks, pressure comes, zips it over the middle, off the hands of the outstretched Carr, incomplete. 4th down. Barron was hit as he threw, pressure bearing down on him again, and the ball game coming up right here. It's a 4th and 3, and Carr is limping off again, favoring that left foot. 1:07 to go, the clock stops. No timeouts for Southern Utah. They simply have to convert here on 4th and 3 at the San Diego 45. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Nunez and Fairchild in that direction. Bronson Barron in the shotgun. Timeout taken here by San Diego. And Southern Utah will have a moment to talk things over. Thunderbirds have not gone for a 4th down yet tonight. They were just 6 of 13 on 4th down last season. And they have to convert here. They need a full 3 yards in order to keep the drive and the game alive, or else tonight will be loss number 1. And what would be a long bus ride back to Cedar City later tonight and into Sunday morning. Thunderbirds 1-0 after the win against Idaho State last week. Bronson Barron's 20 of 34, 247 yards and 2 touchdowns. He has been sacked 3 times. 4th and 3 at the Torero 45, trailing 24-17, 1:07 to go, 4th quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Barron with his right foot in front of his left. Motions in Nunez from the far side. Back to throw, flips it out. Whistler wide open, 1st down and more. 40-35, driven into the turf with his right shoulder pad, hitting the ground first. He's down to the 34-yard line. Emptied out the right side on the wheel route, wide open. Braden Whistler delivers in a big spot, and Whistle's blowing the play dead. I have no earthly idea what for. The clock is stopped with 59 seconds to go in the game. Ball is at the Torero 34-yard line, and now it's winding once more. Barron in the gun, takes the snap, looks deep down the middle of the field, throws it to Nunez, 10-5, middle of the field, touchdown, touchdown, Gabe Nunez delivers. We are an extra point away from a tie with 46 seconds to go. Bronson Barron with a 34-yard lightning strike, and the Cedar City faithful are alive in San Diego. Layered it over the linebacker under the safety and hit Nunez perfectly in stride. And Southern Utah is going to kick the extra point with 46 seconds to go in the ball game. Gavin Lipkin to snap, Elias Vigil to hold, Jaden Rogers the PAT kick from straight away, 20 yards to tie the game. Snap, hold, kick, up. It's good. We're deadlocked at 24 with 46 seconds to go. Bronson Barron, stones of steel. What an incredible ball game. 24 second half points for Southern Utah. 14 in the last 2.5 minutes of action. A 35-yard beauty to Gabe Nunez. Steady Eddie, as they call him, delivers a dynamite moment. But 46 seconds to go, we're tied. This game not over. Not even close to over. But for the moment, Thunderbird magic is in the air. Jaden Rogers will kick off at the 35-yard line to my left, down to my right. Kreider and Takahashi back to receive for the Toreros. And the kick goes out of bounds on the far side at the 5-yard line. San Diego, who only needs a field goal, is going to get great field position. Oh, that is a killer. The first time that has happened tonight, and Rogers just hooked it. So the defense for Southern Utah, head coach Delane Fitzgerald and defensive coordinator John Kelling has to deliver. Boy, a touchback that has been Rogers' default option tonight would have put it at the 25. Instead, it's at the 35. 46 seconds to go. We're tied at 24. Toreros have one timeout. Dom Nankiel is 6 of 15 passing for 64 yards and a touchdown. He has 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Colombo, the running back, he moves him to his right side. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Downfield shot, hits the back of Raymond Crump's helmet, incomplete. He was stride for stride with the intended target, Dylan Tapley, incomplete. You can't do it any better. Check that, Blake Stillwell, this senior from Winter Garden, Florida, transferred from Montana State with a big moment there. 2nd and 10, 42 seconds to play. 3 receivers left for the Toreros. Listen to that Thunderbird crowd. Nankiel in the gun, has the snap, looks, steps up, has some room to the right, takes off to run. He's at the 35 to the 40, tripped up by Sadamski after a 5, maybe 6-yard gain. San Diego takes their final timeout. A 3rd and 4 is upcoming with 32 seconds to go. So kind of an interesting spot here as the Toreros, still in their own territory, have to convert here or they punt it back to Southern Utah again. Now, no team has a timeout left in this game now that San Diego head coach Brandon Moore has taken his final one. Certainly, if you're Southern Utah, overtime feels like a massive win, but not the ultimate win that you are looking for. So a 3rd down and 4. Toreros 1 for their last 5 on 3rd down. They started 6 for 9. Can the Southern Utah defense deliver again? Two receivers right, 2 to the left. 3rd and 4 for Nankiel at his own 41. Hip high snap. Here comes the pressure. Steps up to run. He is dropped from behind. Who else? Sebastian Adamski. It's 4th down. The clock is running. Southern Utah can't stop it. San Diego doesn't need to. And the Toreros, with their offense on the field at the moment, it looks like they'll let the clock expire, and we are headed to overtime in San Diego. Thunderbird magic is in the air. And it's blowing off a light breeze from the Pacific Ocean right now. Listen to that crowd. Do not adjust your dials or however you are listening to this New Look Thunderbird radio broadcast. Hope you're having as much fun as we are here at Thunderbird football. Overtime is underway. Southern Utah 1 year ago picked up a win in overtime on the road against UTEP. 27-24 was the final score. It was their first FBS win in 11 years. Tonight doesn't have the same stakes that game did, but what a statement it would be of the intestinal fortitude from this Thunderbirds team, down 14 points with just over 5 minutes to go. Bronson Barron pulled out his best John Williams impression and conducted a master symphony of offense down the field twice to get a couple of touchdowns. The Southern Utah defense has done their job in the last two sequences, and we will see what the coin toss winds up being here. I'm a heads guy personally. The officials have gathered out at midfield, perhaps to go over some rules and just make sure they're on the same page. Both teams are still at their sideline. This San Diego crowd is stunned. This Southern Utah crowd that has shown up phenomenally tonight here in San Diego, they are exhilarated. Bronson Barron just gave a fist bump with head coach Delane Fitzgerald. Looks like he's going to make the coin toss call. But we haven't gotten there yet. What a thriller. The energy in the huddle near side palpable. The fans cheering them on. One timeout each for Delane Fitzgerald and Brandon Moore. We are going down to midfield for the coin toss. What a game this has turned out to be.
Southern Utah U will be calling the toss. The winner of the toss gets to choose offense, defense, or side.
Never been so nervous for a coin toss. Bronson Barron called heads. I support this decision. The ref turned off his mic right as the coin hit the ground. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Looks like it was tails. And San Diego will play defense first. So the Southern Utah offense, whose last two drives have resulted in touchdowns when they needed it most, is on the field, and they get to set the standard for what will be required for San Diego here in this overtime. You talk about never quitting and fighting, playing with pride. This Southern Utah team has exemplified all of that here tonight in San Diego. More than 7 hours on the bus. The trip itself took longer yesterday. A 6 o'clock local kickoff time. Southern Utah did not have a good first half. 0 points in the first 30 minutes. They scored 14 in the last 5. And now the offense right back out on the field. It's not Bronson Barron, it is Will Burns, who has been electrifying all evening long. He's joined in the backfield by Talmadge Brown. He's got two tight ends, George and Erickson, off the right side of the formation. At the Torero 25 going right to left, two receivers to the left side. Fakes the handoff, Burns runs to the right, has a lane, 20, cuts it up, 15, he's tripped up from behind. He's at the 12-yard line, a first down run by Will Burns. And boy, Karsten Nagel, the backup quarterback who relays the signals, encouraging tempo here as Burns carried that ball through a seam, opened up by the offensive line and the tight ends. Erickson has the nickname the Hammer from Delane Fitzgerald. First down and 10, same exact play. Burns runs to the right, cuts outside, jukes up the left shoulder as he lowers it a bit and picks up a couple. And so that brings up second down and 10. Not sure if he gained any yards right there. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe a yard. I think they gave him 2 yards on that play. So second down and 8. Bronson Barron back onto the field for Southern Utah. What a weapon Will Burns is back there. The Golden West College transfer was the player of the year offensively in that conference. Second down and 10 for Southern Utah at the 11-yard line. 2 tight ends right, 2 receivers left. Dye, the running back. Barron, staggered feet, fakes the handoff, looks left, looks over the middle, zips it, end zone, dangerous, incomplete. Fairchild couldn't reach it. The nearest hands to get to it were those of Ezekiel Swain, the defensive back for San Diego, but it goes incomplete. So a 3rd down and 8 after that explosive first play. 3rd down and 8. Southern Utah 4 of 11 on 3rd down. Trips left for Barron. Dye, the running back, to his left. Erickson, the tight end, on the right end of the offensive line. 3rd down and 8 at the Torero 11. Here comes the blitz. Barron looks, floats, left side, hits the back of the helmet of Jake Higgins, incomplete. And the Thunderbirds will send on the field goal unit. Heck of a hold by the Torero defense. Nunez was one-on-one with Higgins. He was behind him in tight coverage, though. There was a narrow window, and boy, Barron just did not give Nunez a chance to catch that ball. It hits the helmet, incomplete. Big field goal here for Jaden Rogers. This is a 28-yard try from the right hash, kicking from left to right. Snap, hold, kick is up. It has got plenty of distance, and it is good. Jaden Rogers delivers his 2nd field goal of the night, and Southern Utah holds the same score of lead they held last year in El Paso when they knocked off UTEP 27-24. And the defense with an opportunity to win the game. Allowing a touchdown, loses it. A hold wins it right here. And what would be a spectacular comeback. Southern Utah, with about 8 minutes to go in the game, fumbled the ball on the first play of their drive, down by 11. And yet here we are in overtime, and Southern Utah leads for the first time tonight, 27-24. Strength coach Zach Strand and head coach Delane Fitzgerald giving some motivational words to the defense. San Diego going left to right. At the 25-yard line, ball on the far hash, trips to the right. Nankeel is in the gun. Colombo, the running back, with him in the backfield. Sounds like a road game for the Toreros. Hand off to Colombo. He runs left. He cuts it up. He's at the 20, far side, and he is wrestled down to the turf after a gain of 5 yards. Big 99, Joe Tongamoa's had an awesome game for Southern Utah. Brings him down, but it's a gain of, looks like about 5 yards. They might be spotting him at just 4 there. So it is, no, they do give him the 20. The near side official is just off his mark. 2nd down and 5 at the SUU 20. Trips right, 2 stacked in the slot. Christopher Hall is the receiver closest to Nankeel in the gun. Again, Colombo, the running back. Waits for the snap, waits, he has it, play action, looking far side, back shoulder throw, incomplete, a flag comes in. Sean Mays put his hand up and knocked the ball out. The official gives San Diego a gift. That's horrible. That's terrible. Looked like the same exact sort of play that Nunez had his pass broken up on in the end zone, and now it is 1st down and goal, and Southern Utah will need a goal line stand for a 2nd straight week if they're going to pull out a win. Ball is at the 6-yard line. Trips right. Colombo in the backfield. They hand it to him. Flag flies up the middle. Colombo left side surges. He is driven back, and he is short of the goal line. Got down to the 2. We'll check the flag. It flew right as the ball was snapped. Could be a procedure penalty or formation penalty on San Diego. We will see.
Offside.
It's offside against Southern Utah. That is the 4th offside penalty of the game, and it comes at a critical juncture. And the Southern Utah defense now has to dig, and I mean dig deep.
Ball is now on the 3-yard line for USD.
At the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. Delane Fitzgerald takes a timeout. It's the only one he has in the overtime period. This has been a phenomenal comeback, and right now 9 feet stand between San Diego and victory. I've had less than that to go on the golf course and haven't been successful. Nothing's given. First and goal at the 3. They'll get 3 cracks at it and then a decision if Southern Utah can get it to that point. The ball is on the far hash, and this is a San Diego team that has run for 293 yards. More than double their season average from a year ago. The penalties have been costly for Southern Utah, 7 for 52 yards. Though a questionable pass interference, one of the flags on this drive. Here we go. Trips wide right. Colombo the back, Nankiel behind center. First and goal at the 3. Southern Utah has to hold. Takes the snap, handoff, Colombo running left, cuts it up, he's in. San Diego wins. There are no flags down on the field, and Southern Utah suffers their first loss of the 2025 season, 30-27. The final score, Matt Colombo went left, and I don't even know if he was touched on his way into the end zone. And that is a heartbreaker for Southern Utah, as they almost pulled off a miraculous comeback, and instead it ends in defeat. We'll take a break and wrap this up when we return. You're listening to SU Thunderbird Football, brought to you by Van Wagner from the Levitt Group, an auto owner's insurance broadcast booth presented by Intermountain Health.
Retro Fitness, the official partner of SUU Athletics, is the largest premium health club in Cedar City. Retro Fitness offers a full range of services, including functional fitness training, group fitness classes, hot yoga, personal training, saunas, tanning, a smoothie bar, and the best kids club around. Mention this ad for a free 3-day trial pass. Go retro at Retro Fitness, 929 South Main Street in Cedar City, or visit them online at retrofitness.com.
In our 150th year of service, everywhere you look, Zions Bank people are ready to work hard for you.
We're here and ready to go.
Wherever you are, we're right there with you. We will help make it simple and easier.
We have all the big bank services delivered locally.
Isn't it time to see how 150 years of experience can work for you?
Zions Bank.
We are here to help right now. We want to serve you.
Now more than ever, Zions Bank is for you.
Welcome back to San Diego. Disappointing outcome for Southern Utah. They lose in overtime, 30-27. The final score brought to you by Rally Stop. Whether you need to fuel up your tank, grab a snack, or stock up on drinks for the road, Rally Stop convenience stores have you covered across Southern Utah. Rally Stop, your final stop before the road ahead. Well, I imagine when we talk to Southern Utah head coach Delane Fitzgerald later, there will be plenty to say, or perhaps he won't need to say much at all about the slow start in this game that ultimately did Southern Utah in. They trailed just 7-0 at the half, but the offense just waited a little bit too long to get going, and in overtime they get the 3 points but concede the touchdown. Some costly penalties in crucial moments in this game as well. Just not the clean game that Southern Utah played a week ago against Idaho State. A stark contrast from what we saw last week at Eccles Coliseum, which is where Southern Utah will be back next week at home against 18th ranked Northern Arizona that took care of Utah Tech earlier today. Let's get to our player of the game, sponsored by Bullock Drug. More than just a pharmacy, Bullock's is your downtown stop for handcrafted sodas, old-fashioned candy, and all your prescription needs. Bullock Drug, a Cedar City tradition and proud partner of SUU Athletics. Gabe Nunez had the play of the game as well. It'll get to in a moment, but 6 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown for good old Steady Eddie. Very nearly had a point-clinching, or a play that led to points before the half, the 43-yarder from Bronson Barron, but unfortunately Southern Utah wasn't able to convert on the field goal. They get 2 of 3 in the kicking game here tonight, and it all winds up coming back to Southern Utah as they lose the game by 3 points in overtime. But Nunez, fantastic. One of the most consistent and productive players Southern Utah has had for the last couple of years. 6 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown He is your player of the game. He also had our Pioneer Floor Coverings play of the game. Just like SUU, Pioneer's built on quality and performance. Visit their Sage Drive location in Cedar City for incredible flooring, unique design options, and unbeatable service. Pioneer Floor Coverings, proud to cover every step of your home. Gabe Nunez had the game-tying touchdown at the end of regulation with 46 seconds to go. A beautifully thrown ball from Bronson Barron, who was great in this game. 22 of 38, 292 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Unfortunately, Southern Utah goes for just 82 yards on the ground. 2 of those keys to the game that Southern Utah needed in this one we talked about in the pregame show didn't show up. They did not run the ball. They did not get off to a strong start. But boy, that touchdown at the end of regulation and the hold by the defense that followed, just an incredible moment. The magic felt like it was in the air, but unfortunately it just wasn't quite meant to be. So Southern Utah falls to 1-1. San Diego improves to 1-1 with a 30-27 win in overtime. This broadcast has been authorized under the rights granted by Southern Utah University to Van Wagner. The accounts and descriptions of this broadcast may not be retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of Van Wagner and Southern Utah University Athletics. By the way, Naki, consent is spelled wrong on here. The executive producer of SU football is Funaki Assisi. Special thanks to the SU Athletic Office. Regan Hunsaker's been down here to my left. Studio operations by Van Wagner in the SU Communications Department. I'm Spencer McLaughlin, voice of the Thunderbirds. It has been a pleasure, and we'll see you back next week for the game against NAU. That game 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time on ESPN+. We'll catch you then, and whenever we may talk to you next. Until then, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.